groundwork into. But I'm like I said, it's planting a seed and just seeing what happens. But modern hippie home. So ultimately, I want to be able to provide affordable, eco-friendly housing.
Okay.
So I was
Clap your hands once, clap your hands twice. Now is the time for the news to hear it comes. Clap
We're
your
live,
hands
live.
We're
once.
live.
We made it. Yeah, dude, I didn't get your text till later. I was just watching some shows, and then I went to the bathroom real quick. Figure get ready for the pod, and as I'm sitting there in the bathroom, first I'm home alone, so it's just me by myself. So I'm like sitting in the bathroom, and all of a sudden I just hear these heavy footsteps, just doom doom doom, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one here, and my dogs don't walk that heavy. So I was about to text you, be like, dude, I might not make it, man.
Oh,
It's either some ghost or someone just broke it.
Who was it?
We're good now. It's just my mom and sister just got home. I was like, oh,
Mama
scared me.
and sisters?
Mama and sister. Sister.
Dude. I just did some vocal warm-ups. Ladies and gentlemen, two contenders, one from Brazil and one from America.
I know when in acting class, one of my acting classes, they taught us how to like loosen your lips and stuff. So we do a little little thing, and then like like say some things, and get the mouth warmed up.
Those mouth muscles.
Right, get that mouth game popping.
Yeah, dude. These ladies out here, they want that mouth to be real strong.
I want to be able to eat steak with that mouth. So chew those tough pieces.
So today, we're drinking some Lagunitas Hop Stupid.
Hop Stupid? Does it make you feel stupid?
Stupid. Let's get stupid.
So I have enough of these. I'm feeling pretty stupid.
Bro, today I was thinking about like back in high school when we would just be like, Cannol! Just like yelling.
Just yelling in the hallway.
Just yelling in the hallways. Like no one ever said anything.
Everyone's just like, what the heck? So, oh god, it's these guys again.
Yeah. Like everyone's like, they're fucking weird.
Yeah, they're some weirdos.
No.
Adam. We used to get in some shenanigans, dude.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the good old Calvary days.
It seems like it didn't exist, right?
It didn't happen. Right?
It just feels like back in the day it was just fake.
It's fake. It just didn't happen. Like from today, waking up, that was it. Like this is the real day, and that's it.
Yeah. Exactly. Like now.
Now, those pictures and everything, all made up. All made up.
It's all a play. We're all part of this weird play.
Weird. Dude, speaking of high school, David Panda, he sent me our senior video, and oh my gosh, dude, it's so cringe. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, I was glad I forgot about it, and then when he sent it to me, I was just reminded just how bad it was. You're in it. You have like a little segment because Adam used to always fall asleep in class, sitting up at any place. So we did a little joke where it was like a dreamception. So like you were sleeping, and then it went into your mind, and then it was a dream of you sleeping, and then it just different levels of you sleeping. What? Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
I'll send it to you on Instagram. Maybe we'll post it for the viewers.
Yeah, put it on the gram.
Put it on the good old gram. Embarrass ourselves.
Yeah.
It was just like you and Bobby had like the biggest parts in the actual senior video. That was it.
What'd you do?
Dude, I just sat there. I was like, really? That's it? That's all I did?
Like, I'm good with sitting out.
Yeah, so I'm cool just sitting here, I guess.
I'll just sit on the bench, guys.
So yeah, coach, take me out. I'm gonna
Take me
sit on the bench.
I'll manage.
I'll manage. Because I remember we tried to give him like ideas, but people were just like, "No, this is funny. We'll just do this." And it's like you watch it, it's like not funny. We could have done something, and it wasn't funny.
Just me sleeping.
Yeah, yeah.
2012's best performance.
Best performance. If you need someone to do a sleeping role, Adam will. 100%.
That's on my acting role.
Your acting role.
My reel. There we go. Yeah, my reel.
Just Adam sleeping, just knocked out.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
It's like, dude, that's the sleeping guy. So, oh, let me see you sleep, dude. Every picture with a fan, you're just sleeping. You're like, I don't even remember these photos. People just finding you asleep.
I remember just like falling asleep all the time, dude. Like it was so bad because like my body would just like, first of all, I don't know if it happens with you, but when I look at like any lights or anything, like especially those LED lights at school, like lines come out my eyes. And I'm like distracted by. I'm like, what?
Said,
like,
whoa,
anyone else see this? I'm like, whoa.
I have like epilepsy or something, dude. I might want to get that checked out. But
and then my body would just be like, dude, this is boring. Let's go to sleep.
Let's go to sleep.
Like I could have like 12-hour sleep, like go to bed at 6, wake up at 6. Still, this is boring. Night.
Good night. Which was funny because I'm like, dude, we're like seniors in high school. What's this guy doing where he doesn't get enough sleep?
I'm just like, hashtag just always just bored.
Just the hidden life of Adam, bro.
I'm just like fucking Batman.
Hey, you're a superhero.
By the way, guys, I'm a superhero.
I'm a superhero. Don't tell anybody.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. For our 5 viewers.
I think like the most iconic sleeping moment of my career would be when we were like in English class and I was in the middle of the class, dude. And I just remember like my hands were inside my shirt for some reason. It was comfortable. I was just like Adam, like, what? like and it was half my shirt was up.
Right.
Like in the middle of the classroom. Like what?
And the worst thing is like just knocked out, like your head just. And the worst part is you're like in the front of class. So the teacher's just like, what are you doing? Like how do you just sleep right now? You're in the front. Dude, crazy.
It affects me to this day, man. Driving shit, bro.
He said that the legend goes that Adam's still asleep till this day. He never woke up.
I'm still in sleepception right now, man. This is another dream.
It's another dream.
I'm just still in English class. Like, yes, we don't know what happened to that guy.
Bro, just imagine, like, you wake up and you're just like in English class, like you're like you dreamt your whole life, like,
it's like
what? So that didn't all happen. I'm still here.
Dude, I wake up and you're moving your desk away from me. I'm like, oh!
It's reversed.
It's my first day. Like, no!
Get this guy away from me, dude. So I'll have what he's having, dude. It's all that hop stupid, man. Gets you.
Yeah.
Gets you loosey goosey, dude.
You work out today?
Yeah, I just did a home workout today. Me and Jesse, we usually go around 5, but I was like, hey, homie, can we go like super early in the morning? Because I got to shoot a pod at 4. But he was like, all right, let's go 7:30. But he ended up, before I went to bed, I got a message from him, and he was like, oh, actually, just rest day tomorrow. So I was like, sounds good with me, dude. So yeah, I just did my home workout, little hit cardio, you know, make sure to at least get some sweat game going, keep my immune system up. What about you? You hit the weights today?
Nah, dude. I had a podcast to film, you know, with this cool guy named King Trail.
Jeez, dude. What's up? What's up?
I mean, I just climbed 300 plus feet, for the wind turbines.
Right.
And that's a good workout. I get sweaty and stinky. And, dude, we're carrying like 50 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Strapped to our hip. Going up a fucking ladder, dude.
You got to be like Tenet, just do some pull-ups on the ladder, bro. Just get a couple in there.
Like, and you're connected to it, so sometimes I like hold on to it and just like use my legs. My legs like feel the burn. Like,
feel the burn. Keep those squats in. So how long would you say you've been working with like wind turbines and stuff, or like the job that you're doing?
Like 8 months.
Oh, 8 months? Okay.
Yeah, man.
And you feel like you're not the rookie anymore. You're not the new guy on campus.
But even though that everyone I work with has like 15 years plus experience.
Oh, wow.
So I am still a rookie. It's amateur hour.
It's amateur hour.
And it's funny because this job, like everyone like worked up to my job and then got like above my job, right?
Mm-hmm.
We just started out at like the best part of the job.
Oh, wow.
So everyone else started like in construction and the factory, right? We got in at the ground floor of management.
So you got to skip all that BS straight to the top.
I mean, we're still at the top, but it's like
only
up from here,
There's no going back down.
I'm just following the wind. Just following that damn wind, bro.
So just like I climb those wind turbines, I'm just climbing up the food chain.
Yes, sir.
Where were you working at before this?
Oil field.
Oil field? Okay.
Yeah, so I went from dirty to clean.
Dirty to clean.
I'm a green boy now.
The tale of Adam, from dirty to clean.
Dirty to clean. Got that dirty energy. Now we got that clean energy.
Got that clean energy.
Let's go.
Let's go. Always got to be clean, dude.
Remember, we were talking about this in our first episode, how like the globalists, they want green energy because that's new money, right?
Right.
All the globalists already made their money off old energy. They already made their millions on that. So the next frontier, I mean, of course, the marketing part of it is like, oh, we got to save the earth. Oh, we got to make like the earth greener.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the business side of it, it's like, this is the new frontier of making money.
Okay.
Invest more money in it and you just make more millions. Because like oil and gas, natural gas and coal, old news, and it's so like diluted with competition.
Right.
You can make money, but it's just not as much money as you can make in green energy.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's been around for like 15 years.
15 years. And it's like America, we're like backwards. Like we, for whatever reason, don't want to use this clean energy. We'd rather, I think because it's cheaper and everything, we'll use this non-clean energy. And it's like, it's crazy. We could have just been doing this the whole time.
Yeah, like Europe and stuff, they all have so many wind turbines. Like this is like a normal thing. Like they came over here like, yo, we got this green stuff. You down what?
You down?
But we got some oil tycoons though.
We got some oil tycoons.
Get back.
Because we had, like I said, it's starting to become more of a thing, like wind turbines and even like solar energy and like things like that. But I would say the first I've seen like wind turbines when I was younger. I mean, I haven't traveled too much over the U.S., but going to California, when you go through like Baker's, I think it's Baker's, they have the wind turbines. And the same thing when I was driving to Coachella, which is in the Coachella Valley, they have the wind turbines and stuff just. And I'm looking at those. I'm like, Adam climbs those all the time, dude. He's probably climbing one right now.
Yeah, dude. Like we climb up there, and we have to go into like, I call it the nipple, but it's like the actual term is the hub. We have to lock out the blade while it's moving, and there's like a pump with this like cylinder, this metal cylinder. You go, and you got to get it right in the hole. And if it's not windy, you just get the chill up there till it's windy.
Oh, really?
Like, hey, boss, not windy, can't do our work.
You can't do our work, boss.
And then if it's too windy, same thing.
You can't do anything, right? You have to wait for the wind to chill, because they're not going too fast, or I don't know, maybe from down like ground floor, it doesn't look as fast, but you being actually up there? Is it pretty quick or
It really just depends on the wind.
on the wind?
It
Okay.
can get, sometimes they like run away
Mm-hmm.
and they're like in like the smaller turbines. Like my boss was telling me like in Texas, right? They got these small wind turbines.
Wind turbos.
Wind turbines.
Those spinny things.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that, guys.
Coming out. Wind turbines down there, and it would spin out of control, and then we try to stop it by like throwing like a rock on a rope to
Like a rope.
stop it, dude. And if it doesn't stop it, it just burns out and blows up and lights on fire. Like, it's brutal.
That is crazy.
Yeah, because there's nothing you can do.
Right. Yeah. At that point, you just gotta let it do its work, man.
These like small little turbines. You're like,
Just
oh,
everybody clear out.
yeah. The Wild Wild West, dude.
And welcome to the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, someone because you used to do fracking, right? You used to frack man. What's your thoughts on them like getting rid of fracking?
Well, I mean,
Biden is right, or trying to push for it.
I mean, they're not gonna get away with terminate it. It's just gonna be like at a level that's just not as profitable and as prevalent as it was, right?
Right.
Because like the oil field goes in like ups and downs, right? When you see it like oil's up, that means it's making a lot of money and there's a lot of production of oil.
Okay.
But when the oil price is down, it's just we have so much oil. So like we're always gonna have oil.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the production of it.
Gotcha.
And that's the idea behind like new energy. It's because you can make money and it's like unlimited production.
Mm-hmm.
With solar,
right?
With wind turbines, and even nuclear. I saw this article about this like kid. He made this nuclear fission reactor, and it's like a mini one, which gives hope for like almost like I guess farms of nuclear energy. Because that's the problem. Like nuclear fission is so huge, and they kind of compacted it down to like a smaller, probably more controllable size.
Mm-hmm.
That's like everyone's scared about nuclear energy, even though it's lasts forever. It's like the best renewable energy possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's just dangerous.
Very dangerous,
right?
Yeah.
So you have to have your shit on lock. We don't want to end like Chernobyl.
No, yeah, definitely don't want to end up like Chernobyl. That's just crazy in itself.
Yeah, dude, Chernobyl's another place.
Everybody just getting mutated and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, it's long lasting, but like I say, if you don't, dot your I's and cross your T's, make sure everything's up to date and good, you could really get, it could be bad. Real
it could
bad.
be a bad day for America.
For America.
Because, I mean, we've already had, I forgot when it was, but there was like a nuclear explosion from like a nuclear plant.
Oh, yeah, recently, huh? Like this year?
I don't know. Sometime in the timeline of America.
Sometime in the American timeline.
Yeah.
America.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Are you working right now?
No, not right now. So right now I'm just kind of figuring it out, trying to find some work. Because it's like all that's open right now is like stuff. Because I've always worked in like customer representative field or like hospitality. There we go. So like I've always worked in restaurants, retail, and then recently I was like a actual customer service representative. So like talking to people over the phone and stuff like that. And man, that just, I don't know, that job was the worst. So I worked for this place and our campaign was Juul, like the little e-cigarettes. So like we were going through, like already start of it sucks because like this is a luxury item and like people are really calling in and complaining, but it's like nicotine is kind of like, that's a drug, dude. That's like people get really crazy.
The devil's stick.
The devil's stick, dude.
The devil's breath.
These people fiending over it. Like they're like, I need pods and like going crazy. But I mean, fast forward, we even went through like when everything started shutting down. There's like states basically banning Juul, and like people are like calling trying to figure out little loopholes how to like get Juul pods. They're like, well, if I go to this state in order, can I do that? And I'm like, look, don't tell me, don't tell me
Yeah.
this. I was like, I'm the last person you want to tell this to. You know,
Yeah.
FBI could be tapped into this call right now.
Bro, I want to hear your customer service voice.
Oh, my customer service
Yeah,
voice.
let's act this shit out, right?
Okay, let's play it out.
Little fiend.
Okay.
Ding-ling, ding-ling.
Hello, thank you for calling the Juul service team. This is Kendall. How may I help you?
Hi, I heard they were canceling the Juuls, and I was wondering if I could get a couple packs, maybe, to last me for the next month before, like, they run out. Is that possible? I need banana, pineapple, strawberry, and the menthol, that flavor one, that chemical one, that's it feels good in the back of your throat. Do you guys have those?
Yeah, dude, we have all those. I see you're just a man of many flavors, and you're diverse when it comes to your Juul pods. But let's just see what state you live in. Do you mind providing that?
It's New York, New York.
Oh, let's see. Oh, they banned it. All the Juul pods. I'm so sorry.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure?
Yep, I'm
New York,
super
New York
sure.
is like the cool capital of the world. They let everyone do anything they want. It's the jungle. They call it the metal jungle. I've lived here my whole life. How can they ban nicotine?
They just don't want you guys to have fun. They're taking away all the fun.
I don't understand. Can I go to another state maybe and call you? What's your name?
Oh, my name is Kendall, sir.
Okay, Kendall. Let me drive to Massachusetts and I'll call you. Be really secret about it.
All right, sir. Cut. Scene.
So people would literally be fiending.
Dude, straight fiending, like freaking out. Like, dude, these people were. Some people would be like, I want my Juul pods on my porch in 6 hours. I don't know what courier or whatever delivers in 6 hours, but when you find that, let me know, because I would love to get my packages in 6 hours.
That's hilarious, dude. The craziest courier I've ever saw, the options, right? You go order something, and they give you options like, okay, express mail, express 1 day, 2 day, overnight. Dude, I ordered from this Russian website, some jewelry. It said, meet at Subway, bike carrier. Like, what?
So how will I know it's you? Oh, you'll know it's me.
Oh, you'll know. That's like the most randomest bike carrier meet at the bus stop, Subway.
Meet me in the Subway. Just some shady dude leaned up on the wall. He's got a couple scars.
Yeah. You ordered some jewelry?
He opens his pocket. He said, how about, he's like, puts your money down. He's like, not here. He said, come to the back.
This is prime Russian jewelry just for you, American boy.
American boy. After you pay for it, he just disappears into the crowd, never to be seen again.
It's just like, there's smoke.
Just puts his hood back up. He's like,
Juul smoke?
Juul smoke. So don't inhale it.
Don't inhale it. It's illegal in New York, New York.
Dude, but yeah, that whole Juul thing was crazy. I remember people calling in and stuff. A lot of people getting sick. I don't know if it was necessarily from Juul pods. I think what happened was the first case, a lot of people were smoking actual cannabis or weed pods or whatever, and they were fake. And I think they had vitamin E oil and stuff in it.
Oh yeah,
stuff
all
that's
those
your
bad
body
oil.
that doesn't break down in your body. Yeah, vegetable oil. So it's of course these kids don't want to tell their parents, oh, I'm smoking weed, so I'm gonna blame it on Juul. I mean, which most of it could have been Juul as well. Dude, it was crazy. They're like, oh, Juul pods was meant for the youth, but it was honestly, dude, the college kids is what brought Juul up. The only reason why I knew what a Juul was because I would see kids going to parties and stuff having Juuls at 18, 19, these young kids. and it's like, oh, we gotta keep them away. It's like, dude, those are the people who brought your business up. Unfortunately, it's like it's already done. The damage is done.
But you know who did it? It was the fucking cigarette companies, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, they brought the hammer, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what lobbying does.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's the craziest part. It's like the cigarette companies like, yo, we can't have this like fake ass shit. Because their overhead was just some oil and some nicotine. Like the cigarette companies have to like, tobacco, they gotta farm that shit. Right? They're like, yo, they're cutting into our profits.
Yep.
First of all, right? And then they're probably invested in cigarette lighters too, right? So you're gonna take both those like actual cigarettes, like tobacco product, out of the equation and lighters.
Right.
They're like, we gotta get these guys out of here.
Yeah, we gotta get them out. Because what ended up happening actually, so like, I mean, it could be the conspiracy of it, but big tobacco basically. I think Marlboro bought Juul out or something, or like bought of like a share or like 30%, and then the CEO of Juul stepped down, and the new CEO I think was it was like a CEO or someone of Marlboro. So it was just all it was just big tobacco buying into it and then messing up.
Yeah.
From the inside, basically.
Yeah, no conspiracy there. That's business.
Yeah, it's business,
right?
Unfortunately.
Lobby to close your ass down, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna buy your ass.
Yeah, we're gonna buy you.
We put you on blast, and we're gonna just pick up the rubble.
We're gonna pick up the rubble.
Right? That's business, right? That's some heavy. That's like some real business. That's like top tier business.
Some real, yeah. So I got to see that all unfold, and then I remember towards the end, like before Juul was done, our like operations manager, he comes in and he's like, basically without telling us we're closing, he told us we're closing. So he's like, we're gonna try and put you guys in other campaigns, and like you can stay here if you want, but I don't know if you're gonna have a job once in a while or after all this. Basically, he didn't say that way, but it was as much kind of dodging the question as possible. But pretty much we all saw the writing on the wall. It's like, once they started getting rid of the actual flavors people liked, so like mango, mint, all those flavors and all those lists, like Virginia tobacco, classic tobacco, people were like, how could they do this to us? So I love my mango Juul pods.
That's weird, bro.
People just freaking out, fiending.
Dude, like any addiction to anything is just so, it's crazy how people can just zone in on one thing.
Right.
And have like such an emotional, take their time to call your ass and say, hey, I need my mangoes. Like, what? Like, that's your life right now. Like, that's the only thing good in your life? Your mango Juul pods?
Those mango pods.
That's mango pods.
And that's exactly what I was saying. Like, people take time out of their day to call us for Juul pods. I'm like, don't you have work or, like, something to do?
Like, do you have any other thoughts in your head?
Right.
Because nicotine, like, dude, for me, like, because I have one of those, like Fuse or Muses or Vuses. One of those, like, it's kind of like a Juul, right? It's a vape.
Right.
And I do it, and it doesn't do anything for me. Like, I do it, and it's just cool to see the smoke. Like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, that's
cool.
Like, that's all. Like, I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm not even doing anything. This is not affecting me at all.
I know people have those big old mod packs.
What is that?
Blowing
a small
smoke.
baby?
You see it in their like pocket, and it's a big old like thing. And then like the tip of it's just sticking out of their pocket. I'm like, jeez.
It's just like you want to know where Corona came from? It came from a fucking one of those units, just like people like fucking shit particles and piss particles, and people just spitting without you even knowing. Are you trying to hit this? Just like
I'm like, that's where Corona came from, dude. All of the vaping.
Dude, I mean, that's all they had to do. Put Corona into a Juul pod, right?
That's it.
Put it in the juice.
Put in the juice.
COVID
we
juice.
Cracked it, bro. We cracked COVID. We figured it out.
We need to call Trump. Get him on the phone.
Get him on the phone. We figured it out. We got to get him onto this.
It's in the vape juice.
So who would have thought we'd have found it out on our podcast? Amateurs.
Amateur. Another amateur hour, huh?
Another amateur hour.
Speaking of amateur hour, do you want to speak about yesterday's?
Yesterday's amateur hour? Oh, God. Yeah, we'll talk about it a little later again as well, but
a little embarrassing.
A little embarrassing. So me and Adam were having some technical difficulties before the podcast started. So he called me up. And he's like, "Man, I can't hear you." He's like, I can hear myself. Like everything's good. And I kept talking to Mike. He was like, "Sounds like you're just super far away." So I was like, "All right, that's a little weird." So I'm playing around with my mic. And we're just like, all right, we'll just end the call, and then I'll call you back. I'll call Adam. So I end up calling him back, and he's like, you still sound far away. And what did it end up being? Your volume was just turned really low.
Because the volume up on my microphone and the volume up on the actual computer where I can hear it, it was just really low. So, yeah, my bad. We don't have a producer.
Yeah, we don't have a producer, so we do it ourselves. But since I did the call, I completely forgot to hit the record button, and we had like 3 hours of just me and Adam just BSing because it's not recorded.
Yeah. And then our special guest.
Our special guest, we had a guest on, and little does he know we're not recording. Yeah. So the end of the podcast, like usually I'll get the clip and then, start the editing from there. So I message Adam, I'm like, hey, can you send me the clip? And I would say tell your side from there after I sent you that.
So I was like, okay, that was awesome. Like I was super stoked. Got to see our special guest. We vibed. And then we exit out. I actually wanted to talk to Kendall after the fact when he went, but I mean, it was just our first time. We didn't really talk about it. And then I looked down because it shows what you just recorded, and I just see a message. Hey man, send me the podcast. And we usually both record. So on my side, I had nothing. And then apparently on his side, he had nothing. I only had 14 seconds of us saying, check, check, check. This is not a real one. Like, we're not live right now.
Doing the audio check. So after I said so, I'm like, all right, no response from Adam. So I ended up stepping out. And then Adam ended up calling me, but I was driving, so I didn't feel the phone vibrate in my pocket. And I was in Target. And Adam texted me and he goes, "Did you record?" And I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" I was like, "I thought you recorded." And then I just everything came flooding back, and I was like, "Dude, no way did I do that." I had to leave Target. I was so mad. I was like, I didn't want to see anybody I didn't want anybody to see me. Jeez Louise, dude. Let me get back from my seizure real quick. Oh my God.
Dude, and then for 2 hours, because I drank cold brew and 4 beers in. So I was all over the place. I was uppers and downers and angry, but not really angry, but angry. I was hitting my pillow. God damn it.
Said super rookie mistake.
Yeah. But hopefully we can get this puppy rolling.
Yeah, get it rolling.
With our special guest.
Right, who will join us a little later, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, okay. Shoot, man. Yeah, I can't believe we did that. That'll never be a mistake.
Yeah, amateur hour.
It's super amateur hour. It was just 3 hours of us just talking. Just chatting with the boys.
Just hanging out on camera,
On camera.
Socializing,
yeah, social hour.
Yeah.
But more like social 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was bad. Yeah, there was a lot going on yesterday too, and it was just Can't believe it.
Yeah, it was all over the place, technical difficulties. But I mean, we did it, but we didn't record it.
Right, but we did. So,
It all worked out.
You just got to believe we did.
Yeah, but you just gotta believe us. This is a faith-based podcast.
Yeah, faith-based.
Number 4, and this is gonna be number 4.5.
Yeah,
the real edition.
the recorded one.
Yeah, the recorded one.
It's like those the first one's fake. It's like those deleted scene things that like stuff that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well,
cool.
We remember it, kinda. So not
Dude,
really.
that's funny. Like stuff that didn't make it in the film. Like, okay.
That's sick, I guess.
I guess. Like that doesn't really go with the main plot of the story, but cool.
Sure. Like they're releasing the new Justice League movie, and it's like the Snyder cut or whatever. It's like the Adam and Kendall cut.
What? The director commentary cut?
Right.
Dude, who watches those? Who sits down and watches the movie where they're like, oh, and then they break away. In this scene, we had a spiderweb fight Man Super.
Man Super.
Man Up Super.
I mean, I could see, I guess, some like big film people maybe in like sitting through that and stuff, and kind of. I guess it could be kind of interesting to a point.
Yeah.
Where maybe they can do like big scenes and they'll do like breakdowns of it and be like, oh, this is how we shot. This is why I decided to do this camera angle, you know, yada, yada, yada. But like a whole like 4-hour commentary, I couldn't do that.
I actually have a confession. I've done that before. But with King Kong Special Edition, it had like 4 extra, commentary CDs. Came with a huge King Kong action figure. like it was like 2.5 extra hours of just content, and I've watched everything.
I've watched it all.
Dude, King Kong was my shit.
Peter Jackson. Was it Peter
Jackson?
Peter Jackson. Yeah, that was a good one.
GameCube, PSP, Xbox, computer.
The game was actually pretty cool because I remember having it for PSP.
Yeah, it was such a good game, such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like just everything about that movie, like I can watch it forever. I've done I recorded some, sexual activities, and King Kong's in the background.
King Kong's in the background. So this is my favorite part.
I'm like, oh, can we take a second?
Can we take a break?
My favorite part.
So let me watch this part real quick. Dude, I forgot, like, Jack Black was in that movie, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was in there. I remember that. That's funny.
Yeah, and Driscoll.
Yeah,
who
Driscoll.
Who played Driscoll?
Mm.
He's got that big old nose.
Yeah, big old honker.
Yeah. The girly friend, she's like, I love guys with big noses. Like, anytime I see a guy with a big nose, I'm like, what do you think of that? She's like, yeah.
You got some competition, dude.
Yeah, I was like,
have a normal size.
I gotta get plastic surgery on the nose.
Just like, I want to add more length to my nose. They're like, what? So yeah,
this and people are like, his nose came in first.
His nose body. So I want to win a race just by my nose alone.
I want to be a real boy right now,
Right, I want to be a real boy. Like you're talking, you turned it.
Get an extendo nose.
Extendo.
What's
up, ladies?
Ladies.
So I want some extra cartilage right at the top, so
like one of those dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? One of those dinosaurs with those huge humps on their fucking nose. Just make it really
just right up. So
what a battling ram right here.
The doctor's like, I usually don't do this, but sure. So this is the first. Add it to the resume.
And like on the Instagram, you know when they like show like before and after, everyone's like, "Oh wow, he did a really good job on his nose," and then he's like, "After," like what?
I said, what happened? So, oh, this must be the before. There must be a mistake. Said, nope, that's the new nose. Nose 2.0.
No, I'm a new man.
I'm a new man. So I got a normal sized nose. I'm all right with it. I don't ever look at my nose and I'm like, I wish I had a new nose.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're in that normal size gang.
Yeah, normal size. I could smell things, so I'm like, I don't need any extra stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So my sense of smell's still here, you know. It does just fine.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, fuck. That's crazy what we have to do for like plastic surgery.
Mm-hmm.
You just change your whole appearance.
Your whole appearance.
Your whole
People want to like look like other people, and they would be like, make me look like Brad Pitt. And it's like, what the heck?
And then they always come out not looking like Justin Bieber or Brad Pitt or any of them. They just change. It just changes them into like this weird form.
Mm-hmm.
It's just them. You can still see them, and it's just like
it's still them, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the one guy who wanted to be like a Ken doll or something like that.
Yeah,
Ken.
Dude, that's
doesn't
scary.
look like a Ken. That is scary.
Dude, once you start doing that crazy shit like that, like what is your reality?
Right.
Like,
I feel like you always want more. Like it's like,
because you look at yourself, you're like, what did I do to myself? And you just keep going. You're like, well, maybe if I do some more, we'll fix it.
right. You're just not happy with yourself. It's just crazy.
It's just like that. I guess it's body dysmorphia, right? You just keep going and going and going and going.
I mean, I feel like we all kind of go through that. Like, you know, sometimes I'm like, well, not sometimes. My goal is to get a 6-pack. And so I'm like, so I'm tired of the dad bod, you know? I'm trying to get shredded.
Exactly, dude. Same. I'm trying to get fucking huge.
Some huge. I know, trying to get my muscle game up. I think I lost almost like 30 pounds during quarantine. I was like, because I was close to 200, and I would say I'm like 167 now. And I was just like, when quarantine started, I was like, dude, there's two ways. There's two outcomes to quarantine. I can come out just fat, or I can come out shredded. So what did I choose? Getting shredded.
Hell yeah.
Downloaded a bunch of home workouts, and that was it.
Let's go.
Started intermittent fasting, and you know, it was all up from there.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about yesterday, right? Just do it.
Just do it.
Work out
and do it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think I've told you, I started out like at 150, like before COVID. I was like, it's either you're gonna get shredded for the summer or you're gonna bulk for the summer. I said, I'm gonna bulk. So I spent way too much money on pre-made food from Colorado. It was like super organic. Like I asked them 4,500 calories. I was eating like 3 meals a day of 4,500 calories a day, right?
Oh,
so
wow.
3 meals that added up to 4,500. I work out every day, got up to 177.
Woo! Big gains, man. The muscle man.
I feel it. It's crazy.
Feel the strength gains?
Yeah, the strength gains, like just like feeling heavier, fitting a large now.
Feeling extra large.
Just filling out the shirts.
Feeling large and in charge.
Yeah.
It's like the bad thing with like losing weight or gaining weight, you have to get new clothes. So I would always get large because, you know, I was a little husky boy. So I tried to figured the large shirts would cover that huskiness. But now I'm like, my shirts are just too big. Like I'm just showing a lot of neck for no reason. So I gotta clear out my whole wardrobe.
Yeah, dude, your neck's getting longer, bro.
And that long neck, daddy long neck.
Yeah, dude. For me, it's the opposite. Like my medium shirts, and then my pants too. Just like it's a little tight.
It's a little tight. So my thighs are getting big, dude. A little thunder thigh action.
Some thunder thighs, bro. It's the worst though, because like I've noticed that a lot of my muscle and the fat goes to my butt.
Dude, same. Because when I lost all my weight, now I have no cheeks. I'm like, what the heck?
Just like, dude, just like a fucking like cheek train, bro.
Cheeks. I used to have cheeks for weeks, dude. Now I'll be lucky to have a cheek an hour, dude. Oh man, that was like my pride and joy. Now I'm like, because then I feel like if I start gaining weight, maybe it'll go straight to there, which I want.
You like, what is it? Not cream cheese, but
that cottage cheese.
That cottage cheese, dude.
I want them flapjacks, baby. I want a couple quarter pounders walking behind me.
Yeah.
Just a couple of them things following me around. Couple of biscuits.
Some biscuits. Fuck. Yeah, man, I love working out. It's such a lifestyle.
It's a good feeling.
Right? It's just if you say I'm gonna work out and you just kind of work out and like this is my, I'm just gonna do like a month and lose this amount of weight and then that's all. It's just not gonna work. Like you literally have to make it a lifestyle choice.
Right.
You have to like go. Because once you lose the weight, you're gonna have to maintain that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Biggest Loser and like all. I was listening to Rogan and they were talking about this guy who like, let's say you're 600 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
He brings you to his ranch. He cooks you like vegetarian food, like straight off the farm.
Wow.
And just like it's just one-on-one with him. And you wake up at 6 a.m., you work out, you run, you do like mountaintops up and down, right? And homie lost like 300, 400 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Right?
That's inspiring.
Yeah. Till he got home.
Oof.
He gained 200 pounds back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if you don't change that mindset.
Yeah, it's the mindset.
Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, I can eat this and I'll work out tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah.
But also, too, I feel like a lot of it is like if you just work, well, I feel like a lot with age, too, but like right now where I'm at, I mean, I'm a young buck, but so I don't focus like too much on diet. I just make sure I'm like eating my caloric or calories, so making sure my intake I'm not overeating. So that's what intermittent fasting helps me out with that a lot. Because then I'll eat later in the day. So say I have that really big meal, I'm full pretty much for the rest of the day. So I don't have to, worry about that. But it's like, if you're just overeating and not changing that mindset, it's quick to get those pounds right back on.
Yeah. And the idea of like 3 meals a day
mm-hmm.
and the idea of this food pyramid that the government gave us, no. That is bullshit. That is all the industry creating something for us to follow. So we buy their products for that amount of meals. And they want us to buy the most bread, right? Want us to buy like meats and vegetables, like all that at that certain amount. I mean, yeah, it's just wrong because everyone has a personal diet. There's no one diet. Everyone has to figure out what their body's good for. Some people can take gluten, even though gluten's pretty, like for most of the population, gluten's horrible. Same with sugar. Some people are better with sugar than others. Like for me, I take like 3 little candy bars, dude. I'm like bouncing off the wall. I'm super like, yeah, I'm like a little kid on like 3 little pieces of candy. Like my like sugar levels go. I'm like I just get super hyper.
Just through the roof.
Yeah, so I stay away from like sugar because I always crash hard too.
Oh yeah, with sugar.
But yeah, I mean, pretty much you just got to figure out what your body works for. Like some people are better with the carnivore diet, some people are good on keto.
Right.
But I mean, no matter what health, it's all about just like low carbs, because no matter what, carbs is gonna turn into sugar.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the high protein, the quality fats.
Right.
Like good fats are actually good. Like they used to tell us like, oh, fats are bad, meat's bad. No, that shit's good. The bad stuff is the sugar and the carbs, right? Like that's Oh yeah, have some bread instead of having, a steak. No, always take the steak.
Mm-hmm.
If they're gonna give you a peanut butter sandwich, eat a fucking steak instead.
Right. Yeah. Get some protein in your life.
Yeah, protein over carbs always.
Always. Yeah. Because even too, like I said, having those like small meals a day, like that's so restricting. That's like that. If you want an easy way to break a diet and not stick to it, do those crazy like. Well, they're not crazy, but I mean, to me, it's great. Like trying to manage 6 small little like snack sized meals or whatever a day. Like that's nuts. What I do, I'll have 2 big meals a day and I'm full, like satisfied. Like,
Exactly.
I have enough room and calories to go. Say if people want to go out to dinner, I can go out to dinner and not worry about what I want. And then even if I say I do feel like I ate over, like I overate, I don't have to feel as bad because I'm like, oh, I had all my calories still left today. So whatever, I probably either hit my calories. I could have been even a little under and not even but just kind of restricting yourself to those diets is crazy. I did the keto diet once, and I think I did it for like 2 weeks, and I got the keto flu. Yeah, I didn't know it was the keto flu at the time, but I remember just being so sick, and I was just like, screw this diet,
dude. But once you get you feel amazing, bro. Because I've done keto a bunch, and once you get past that like feeling of like, because you know what that is? It's called withdrawal from sugar.
Sugar and stuff.
Yeah, from carbs and sugar. Because your body's like, bro, I'm feeling a little over here.
Right.
Let me get my, my re-up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just your body just like saying, fuck you.
Right.
And once you get past that, your body starts burning. Because think about it like this. It's like changing your car from gasoline to diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because like fats burn like cleaner and burn longer than like sugars and carbs.
Yeah, because that's like the whole system with keto. But even though like with these diets, I feel like you can do them, and people sometimes they get mad because they might not be losing the weight and stuff like that. But it's like you still have to reach your caloric intake. If say I'm on keto, but I'm overeating, I'm not really gonna lose any weight.
You're not doing it.
You're not doing anything if you're still eating those fatty foods. So like I know it's more fat based, but like say like pork rinds was a huge thing for me because like that was like no carb. So I'm like, oh, I could snack on these. But if you're like overeating those, and like same people like you see, they're like, oh, I'm vegan or vegetarian, and they're overweight, and you're like, are you really though? And it's like I would assume or believe so, but it's just like they're still overeating, so you're not losing that weight or like being like becoming fit. Like you might be making healthier choices, but it's like I can overeat on salad and not lose any weight.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that because my homie, he was dating this girl, and he was telling me like, yeah, dude, she said she was vegan, but he wasn't dating her. It was like a Tinder hookup.
So
he was at his house or her house or whatever, and they got done like whatever, and he like opens the thing and like, do you have any like meat or anything? She's like, oh no, I'm vegan. And dude, all she had was bread and pasta, like no fresh vegetables or anything.
Straight carbs.
It's on the carb diet. Like that, sweetie. Just because you don't eat meat doesn't make you a vegan.
Right. But it's interesting though. Like I feel like our bodies are like take some things because I knew this girl, super skinny, and all she would eat is like chicken and pasta. Like she would cut up chicken and throw it in noodles, and that was it. And she was just like super skinny. So I'm just like, whatever works.
But it goes back to like what you're saying, like about
Right.
overeating, right?
Overeating, yeah.
So I mean, and that's like the idea behind like the carnivore diet, right?
Mhm.
People say the carnivore diet is like if you eat just meat and nothing else, you're gonna feel better. Like it's supposedly cured element, like or not elements, but I think it's
Ailments.
elements. There we go.
Uh-huh.
Elements and like it made people feel better. They like, let's say they had seizures or something, and it cured that.
Mhm.
But with that, it's just a deletion of the other bad shit. It's like a deletion diet.
Right.
Right? If you take all the bad stuff like sugars, additives, preservatives, you know, fake sugar. If
Hmm.
you take all that away, like caffeine, like all that away, and you just have meat, yeah, your body's gonna get better because it's like
Right.
one simple thing, and it understands how to process it,
Hmm.
and you're not really like polluting it because our bodies are meant to like break down like simple and raw foods. Once we
Right.
start adding all those chemicals and dyes, our body's like, what? So then it just like starts storing fat,
Hmm.
and that's why you see like even like people are like, oh yeah, I don't even eat breakfast. I eat like a Snickers and a soda a day, right?
Hmm.
I just eat dinner, but they're fucking 300 pounds. It's
Right.
because your body doesn't know how to break that down. So and also if you don't eat,
Hmm.
your body's like, yo, we don't have any food, so we got to store fat. So no matter what we get, we're just gonna take the nutrients out and store the rest.
Hmm.
So like you see people like that starve themselves, but for some reason they're not losing weight. It's because anytime they eat, it just whoop, it
Right.
starts building the fat.
Yeah, I would say that's why those I would say those high protein, low, so like a keto diet would be perfect for that because then their body's gonna run off that fat instead of just storing it. And like you're saying, like dude, honestly, I could eat bad, like horrible McDonald's, fast food basically. But if I'm eating my like calories, I'm I won't look fit or anything, but I'll like maintain. I'll probably be like a skinny fat or whatever. But I mean, health wise, I'd be horrible. Like my
Yeah,
innards would be ridiculous.
exactly.
But
Two
I
different
mean,
things.
I could still be like skinny or whatever because I'm just eating what I'm the amount I'm supposed to, not overeating. But
Exactly.
I mean, even with that though, because all it is just like empty carbs and like stuff. That's why you don't feel full after you eat fast food and stuff like that.
It's like self-embalming.
Hmm. You're just ruining your body.
Yeah, you're literally preserving like all those like preservatives in it. It's just preserving
Hmm.
your innards and just slowly rotting them away.
Just rotting.
And while you're saying like,
Oh, what's that smell?
yeah, what? Like health and eating healthy, like you're saying, are two
Mhm.
different things. Like you could be the
Right.
skinniest girl, like, or the skinniest dude, or like ripped, and you're eating like shit. And you're like
Mhm.
all your organs are failing.
Right.
Like what I'm saying?
I'm dying inside,
Yeah.
but I look
Like,
super fit.
yeah, like bodybuilders. Like there's a
Right.
lot of bodybuilders where they're taking all these roids. It's destroying their liver. It's destroying their organs. Destroying their muscles and stuff. Like they're
Mhm.
just working out too hard. They're like, oh yeah, I look so healthy. No,
No,
you
no,
just
no.
look huge,
You just look
shredded, but your inners hate you.
right. So your cholesterol super high, and
Yeah,
it's just
your
bad.
LDL levels are just off the chart. Your hormone levels aren't even
Mhm.
matching up. You're just breaking out.
Right.
You got hair growing off your shoulder. Like
It's just all bad.
this is
It's
all
no,
that. It's
nothing
all about
good.
balance.
Right. So you look good, but you're bad. I bet your farts stink, dude.
Yeah, I bet you clear out the classroom.
You clear out rooms, dude. Oh man. Yeah, it's great. Like same thing. Like a lot of like there's like talks like certain diets help with certain things. So say like intermittent fasting for one. A lot of people say they feel more focused and like it helps out with certain things. I do intermittent fasting. I don't feel that way. I'm still the same person. Literally, it's just a tool for me because, like I said, I like to overeat. So with that, it like helps maintain if I do mess up and overeat. I'm okay. Like I'm not freaking out or anything. I'm like, I'll just tweak something tomorrow, or maybe just don't mess up, just tell myself don't mess up.
Just don't mess up. Yeah, it's all about that self-control and just being healthy.
Being healthy, yeah.
And just making sure that you're happy and your emotional state isn't controlling your eating habits. Because that's one of the main American problems, right? Because we have so much food, it's always available, and instead of just being like, we're always exposed to like social media, to like our cell phones, to movies and everything, and instead of just thinking about yourself, you go and get some food. It's like one of like the biggest drugs is food, right?
Right.
Because I mean, sugar, caffeine, it's all in food. So just controlling yourself and just understanding balance. Because if one thing's wrong in your body, not everything's working out perfectly. So if you have depression, you feel slow, you can't, like, you don't want to hang out with people, most likely it's stemming from your diet. If you're looking at your diet and you're eating like shit, you're going to feel like shit. And you got to make sure your guts, because we're pretty much what's that fucking word? We're like a nature pod.
Nature pod. Just a pod floating through nature. Ecosystem.
We're an ecosystem, right? We got our guts are filled with gut biome, right? You got to make sure those are balanced, right?
Right.
I mean, they found it in like little kids, like kids that are like super aggressive, that are running around, who are really bad in class, who can't stay still. It's because they're eating Pop-Tarts and Fruit Loops for breakfast, so it's only sugar, and their gut biome's all messed up. And once they get them on like some normal ass food, they calm down. You don't need drugs. You don't need ADHD medication. You don't need antidepressants. It all stems from diet.
Right.
Like that, like they say, you are what you eat.
You are what you eat. If you feel like a piece of chicken, it's because you just ate some chicken.
And you're on your fifth bone.
Right. But no, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Your gut health is important, dude. It's important, people. Take care. Listen to your gut.
Listen to your gut. That's another saying that we never really think about, but you could add it to like the health. Right. Listen to your guts. They want nutritional food. They don't want overabundance of food because they need to break it down. Yeah. They don't want to do. They don't want to be on overtime. They're like, God, this guy just eats 12 hours a day.
Gotta clock in.
They're just like, we're getting hazard paid now, man.
Getting that overtime.
10 tacos, 20 Modelo's.
20 Modelo's. It's Modelo time.
It's Modelo time, fool.
So basically, what we're trying to tell you guys. Just take care of yourselves and don't eat crappy.
Yeah, try to have some it stems from self-respect. Have some self-respect for yourself.
Respect yourself.
Respect yourself before you wreck yourself.
Before you wreck yourself.
So we should be having a guest coming on soon. Hey, have you ever messed around with like DJ equipment or anything?
No, maybe when I just walk into a guitar center, I'll like play with some keys, a little DJ setup. I'll plus around
it. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm DJ Adam Rolling.
And then I maybe mess around with GarageBand here and there, but that's about it.
Have you done any like raps lately or like any songs?
Any songs, dude? Not
Throwing out
recently.
some beats.
No beats. I need to get on that. Yeah. Throw some auto tune on it. You
Yeah.
know, come out with the next hit.
Yeah.
Call me Hit Boy.
Yeah, Hit Boy.
Actually, I think someone's already called Hit Boy. It's called me Hitman.
Hitman.
Actually, there is Hitmans out there. Oh
probably
god,
that
I gotta think of something.
Little Toe. Oh,
Little Toe.
pretty sure there's someone else called that too.
So yeah, just call me Little Toe, man. The smallest toe out there.
Yeah.
So you want a small toe?
You want a small toe?
Check out my toe, dog. Are you messaging the guest?
Yeah, the guest, he said, on my way, whatever that means. He's virtually walking towards us.
Virtually joining.
Dude, have you messed around with VR?
Yes, I've had VR. I've done VR, and I actually have a funny story. So, you know, Complex magazine, right?
Yes.
So they had their first convention. I want to say like 2 years ago, 3 years. I don't know, some span ago, and they had their first convention called Complex Con, and it was in somewhere in California. And me and a couple friends went. They had, you know, the convention and then concerts after. So during the convention, we were walking around, and one of the booths was for Call of Duty, and they had like the VR setup, and they had these like little like ship-looking things.
Yeah.
So we waited in line, and we went in there, and it was sick. So you get into this like little fake cockpit, and they close it, put the headset on, and you see your arms like you're in the ship, like, but you're holding a remote control or remote controller. And so I'm going, and it's dope, but it's weird. I have like really sensitive eyes. I don't know, or whatever. I'm just a sensitive guy, you know. But for whatever reason, it made me like start tearing up. So I'm like, streams of tears are just flowing down my face as I'm playing this VR thing. So it's probably like a 5-minute demo. And then I get out, and the dude's like, "You good?" And he takes the VR set, and I'm just streaming with tears. Oh. My head's crazy. Like, my hair's all over the place. Like, people in line are probably like, "Oh my God, what did he see in there?" Like, I had like an experience with Jesus or something. Yeah. Dude, the like good Lord himself.
It was so beautiful.
It was like the best time of my life. It was bad. I was like, "Dude, get yourself together."
Like, Jesus.
How embarrassing, bro.
Dude, that's awesome.
What about you? You VR'd or what?
That VR, dude, I really haven't messed with VR that much. I mean, I've done it one time. I was at this bar. They have a VR, and they have just, you know, a full bar, and yeah. Whoops.
I said whoopsies.
Whoopsies. Yeah, full bar, and they have shenanigans like that.
It had a full bar. So have you ever been somewhere where they have a half bar? Like, we only have a half bar. Like, what? What is that? So we only got a quarter. So we got a quarter bar here.
We got a quarter bar in the back. We got you know, the normal like Bud Light.
We got a couple buds.
We got a bucket of buds with some Bud Light in the back.
We got platinum and a light. Which one do you want?
We got some champagne.
Champagne.
Just
one well whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I'm trying to like set this shit up.
I know. I'm trying to help the dead space.
Yeah.
The dead time.
Yeah, Walking Dead. The Walking Dead's
Dead.
back on.
Yeah, me and my mom actually, we've been watching it on Netflix. Because I've
On
watched it
Netflix.
before. Yeah, it's on. I think up to season 9. It's on
Okay.
Netflix. So I kind of fell off a little bit, like towards spoiler alert if no one's watched this, but when Negan shows up, that's when I kind of fell off. So now I'm like rewatching it with my mom to get all caught up. So I'll be ready for season. What are they? Season 10, season 11 now.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I hate The Walking Dead.
Really?
I remember watching the first 2 episodes, like Halloween special, like the Halloween special that the first season,
Hmm.
right? And I watched it, and I just can't. It's the camera angle, dude. Is just so wide. Like
Mhm.
the way they film it, it just feels fake to me. And then
Gotcha.
it's a lot of like, I guess we'll figure it out next episode. Like you can see it in their heads. Like, like what are we gonna do now? Like,
So what's
it just
going on now?
it just keeps going. I hate that. I like
Yeah.
like witty, fast,
Hmm.
and just like on the mark. And it's really hard for me to get into drama, TV shows.
I could see that. Yeah.
Right? It's just so hard for me. Like I love Dexter.
Hmm.
Like I love comedic TV shows
Hmm.
like Parks and Rec.
Great show.
The Office sometimes. Even though Parks and Rec is way better than The Office, I said it.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I'm gonna back you up, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Because I watched Parks and Rec first, and honestly, it's the funniest, one of the funniest shows I
Oh.
ever watched. I do enjoy The Office, but like, I don't know, dude. I had more of a fun time watching Parks
Oh,
and
me
Rec.
too, bro.
So, you guys want to
100%.
fight?
Yeah, if you guys want to
I'll-
comment, if you
I'll
guys
drop my address
Yeah.
in the bio. Come fight me,
and we'll Facebook Live it, right?
and we'll Facebook Live it for the views.
For the views, for the clout.
For the clout. But I see what you're saying. Hard to get into dramas and stuff. But like, I don't know. For me, I'm a sucker for like a good apocalypse, like zombie story. Like, if you could give me a good story, I'm 100% there because I love like the games like The Last of Us, which is like another zombie survival thing, and it just kind of reminds me of The Walking Dead. But like, I'm not saying Walking Dead's the greatest, but it's like they have a pretty good story and it kept me invested. So I was like, if you can do a zombie story right,
Yeah.
you got a viewer right here.
I
That's good.
understand why people like it. Same with Game of Thrones. I can't get into Game of Thrones. Too
Mhm.
much dialogue.
Oh, it is story driven.
30-minute dialogue. Like, where's this going?
Mhm.
What are we doing?
A lot of,
Visually
like-
stunning.
Oh, very. They had a good budget for that, for sure. HBO, they hook it up.
What's that?
That home box
What's
office.
that? Let's get them dicks, them titties, and some dragons.
That sounds like a perfect show.
Yeah. What do you guys think? You sold it or what? Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I like it.
I like it. But yeah, even like Game of Thrones, that's like very, like I said, very dialogue heavy and a lot of like conspiracy and like, things that go on that you have to pay attention to. So yeah, it gets rough.
Yeah. But like Dexter, Hannibal. For
Hannibal.
me, it has to be like there has to be a horror or dark aspect to it.
Mhm.
It has to be a little dark for me, like to pique my interest.
Right.
Come to the shadows. I'm like, okay,
Welcome to the shadows.
you got my attention. Like, I'm a sucker for Family Guy, American Dad, Rick and
Mhm.
Morty. Like F is for Family,
Okay.
because that's really good dialogue and there's quick jokes, keeps your attention. Like
Mhm.
they give flashbacks and shit. You're like, whoa.
Where am I?
And it's like dark. Bob's Burgers.
Yeah,
Like,
Bob's Burgers hilarious.
That's one of my
yeah.
favorite. Like Rick and Morty and Bob's Burgers and American Dad, first place. Like all together. But
All together.
together.
The good stuff.
The good stuff, dude. Because there's some dialogue where you're just like, oh my god, like just heavy shit, like dark and heavy, and they're just like da da da, like they're all happy.
Right, all happy with it. It like doesn't fit.
Yeah.
What's that show on Netflix? I think the guy or like one of the artists or whoever from Adventure Time made. And I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, and it has a Duncan Trussell.
Yeah, it looks pretty trippy.
It's called Midnight. Midnight something. Dude, that's another one of my favorite.
Like it just looks like a whole acid trip, dude. Just
yeah. Midnight Gospel. There we go.
Midnight Gospel.
The Midnight Gospel. Yeah, and Duncan Trussell, he's a comedian. He's good friends with the Rogan.
With the Rogues.
The Rogues.
Because isn't one of the episodes like a podcast or something like that? Like they're like acting out a podcast, or that's what it is.
The dialogue is podcast form. So it's trippy, bro.
Okay.
So it's like they animated a whole entire story using podcast form dialogue.
Okay.
So it's like us saying these stories.
And then someone animating it.
Yeah, but like also like adding a bunch of other shit to it. You're like, so it's almost like it's so trippy, bro. It's like two narratives going on. You're just like, so much to take in.
Right.
You have to watch it like 5 times.
Like 5.
Yeah, I don't know. I added him.
Yeah, I see his name up.
Yeah. It says not on the call.
Not on the call.
Oh, Harlan fine.
Right in the little sliver.
Welcome back, Harlan. What's up, dude?
We live. Back at it.
Back at it again.
Back at it. Yeah, on my screen it still shows like the old from when you're on the phone.
What?
Yeah.
No. Wait.
If it's working on your end.
You gotta press re-record. Yeah, dude, we gotta re-record.
Oh shoot.
Oh shoot. Oh no, it says it's still recording.
Oh, so yeah, I'll say it's still recording. It shows.
Yeah. Okay.
Just working out the kinks, man. You know,
working
it out, massaging it out.
So I think that's the way to do it. It's just send the email link.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're already in the system. I added you, so I don't know. I guess since your shit wasn't working, so.
Dude, but thanks so much for joining us, man.
Yeah,
like again after our little hiccup yesterday.
the first session, dude. The first session was just a warm up.
Oh, of course.
Hanging out with the bros, just talking this shit.
That's why I was stoked to come back, because I was like, it was such a good experience.
Oh yeah, in these COVID times,
I know,
all the love we can get.
All the love. So yeah, definitely appreciate that. It was funny. It was like right after we all hung up, I messaged Adam and I was like, "All right, dude, send me the podcast, and like I'll start editing it." And it took him a while to respond, so I went out, had some stuff to do. And then he calls me, and I missed his call, and he texts me. He's like, "Dude, did you record it?" I was like, "No, did you?" And it was just all downhill from there.
Tragic moments.
It was
2020 though.
What's up?
Expect nothing less from 2020.
Oh, right, yeah, literally,
bro. Just blame it on the 2020. Fuck.
Yeah, me and Adam.
But I mean, it was like good and bad, because it was like, okay, well now I get to hang out with Harlan again. To hear some more shit.
For sure.
Kendall got to meet you. So now we're like chilling.
Yeah, now it's all meshing now.
It's all mesh.
So the awkward introductions all through.
Yeah.
So we know each other now. Shit. So what's been up, man? What's been new since yesterday, since we saw you?
Today was a good Monday, man. So, like I said, yesterday I'm in Jacksonville. So I had a nice beach day, you know what I'm saying? Just floated in the ocean. Was one with the world, you know. It was beautiful. It's good.
Dude, that water is something else.
Mm-hmm.
When you're by a body of water.
Yeah.
Like the vibe, like you just look out, you're just like, I don't exist.
Yeah.
It's huge millions and millions of gallons of water. They could just destroy you in a second,
Yeah.
right?
It was
But it's
like,
also peaceful.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was so nice because like it was salty enough where I was buoyant to where I could just float, like no effort. It was like almost like a flotation tank. Like I just closed my eyes and I was like kind of in the void, like in space or something. Like no time, no space, just like a little embryo or something. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
Like really, really catching a wave.
Hey.
Yeah. Till you wake up and you're in the middle of nowhere. God damn it. Where am I? You start getting rescued.
Right.
Whole different
swear.
vibe.
I swear. I peek my eye open, like make sure I'm like still everything's still in sight.
Right, close enough to land where you can swim.
It was nice. It was a good day. What about y'all? What y'all been up to?
Sheesh. Just chilling, man. We had our little fiasco. So a lot of our vibes weren't as good anymore yesterday. But once we found out everything was good. But other than that, I just woke up, worked out, try to figure my day out, and that's about it.
What'd you work today, man? The tries? Looking to try?
A little try action,
Yeah.
try for the guys.
Horse too.
Right. But just did a little like hit cardio home, like a little home workout. So it's kind of that full body, get a good sweat in, keep the immune system up. Yeah.
Fighting COVID.
Yeah, fighting COVID the natural way. And letting the body take over.
Today for my workout, I climbed up a wind turbine for work. Even though we did nothing at all today, we just drove around. I literally got paid for 10 hours to do 5 minutes of work, dude. I just climbed up a tower. We looked around. The projects were already done. Like, sick. And I went and ate my second meal of the day. Drove home. Chill day.
Chill day.
It's a good Monday, man. It's a good Monday all around.
It is. And like you said, like it was like such a good Monday that I had to keep reminding myself it was Monday. I'm like, what day is it again? I was like, oh, it's Monday. It's Monday. I'm thinking it was Tuesday for some reason.
Same. I was feeling that.
So Mondays usually don't go this smooth. So something's off.
Yeah.
Yeah, since I know we went over and we did all the introductions, yesterday in the lost pod. No one will hear.
Yeah. The lost pod, the faith pod.
Yeah, the faith pod.
Just gotta have some faith to know that it happened.
But yeah, Harlan, if you don't mind introducing yourself again, letting the people know who you are, what you got going on, any your projects and stuff.
Man, it's Harlan on the internet, known as Harlan Hippie. With that big peace sign.
Peace.
Hey.
Founder of Modern Hippie, which is a online-based retail lifestyle brand. Just aiming to activate the activists within everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just that's the goal. Everybody's an activist. It's just gonna take the right thing to ignite that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, dude, you got a bunch of sick ass shirts, pants, joggers. The whole vibe of your brand is just like top notch, dude.
Cozy. It's cozy.
Yeah, dude. I got your joggers, super
wearables.
Super comp, makes my cheeks look nice,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Little plump.
Little plump cheeks. But yeah, dude. Oh yeah, we were talking about this. You started like a modern hippie home.
Yeah.
So what is that? You want to give us some?
Damn, that is just me planting a seed. That's me just planting a seed and just holding myself accountable by taking the step to literally just make an Instagram account of the idea that I haven't really put any groundwork into, but I'm like I said, it's planting a seed and just seeing what happens. But modern hippie homes. So ultimately, I want to be able to provide affordable, eco-friendly housing.
Okay.
So I was I'm a part of the Patagonia team in Nashville, and they inspired me to just really think about sustainable infrastructure, um, and just like reducing the impact on the planet. And I just want to apply that to a home building service. So basically, creating like a smaller dwellings that are accessible to people. Like basically, I'm my own target customer, and I just want to create a product that I want. You know, just like a house that is very big. I don't want to say bare bones because that makes it sound like it's lacking, but just like just essential. You know, you just have everything that you need, and it's naturally powered. And I think I think if I want it, there's probably a few other people out there that are looking for it. And it's just one of those things where I looked online and I kind of never found what I was looking for. So I just had the idea, and I want to, create affordable. Okay, basically like eco-friendly trailer parks. You know? Like that. I didn't want to say it, but that's like the gist of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, teeny houses, dude.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Teeny houses, yeah.
I'm actually in talks right now to buy a teeny house.
Right?
That's off the grid.
Yeah, off the grid.
Like, I'm trying to right now. I'm talking to this lady who built her own, and we're just talking about pricing and stuff, and because that's where it's at right now, man.
Yeah.
Like the goal is to have a teeny house, to be like self-sufficient, to be have a garden, to be able to move, always on the always on the move, always traveling.
Yeah.
And always has my own spot.
Yeah, and then just being kind to the planet too. Just only taking what you need.
Right. Literally picking up your home and going, hitting the road.
Small footprint.
But yeah, those are dope. Like I said, like that's like, and especially like people who travel and stuff, it's just so much easier just to, like I said, just pretty much attach your home to your vehicle basically, and just set up shop somewhere and stuff. But yeah, those would be dope to have for sure.
Yeah, my parents, they're actually talking about van life.
Okay.
Van life.
Yeah, they're like in their 50s, and they have like a 2,200 square foot house or something, and they say it's just too much. It's just too much to manage, too much to handle, and they just want to downsize and be able to travel. And they looked into tiny houses, but I think they're leaning more towards van life. So I mean, that alone, my parents wanting it just shows you that the demographic of people who are looking to live off the grid is like not one dimensional. It's like
exactly. Yeah, it's not
just couples, married, single. Like everybody's kind of seeking that freedom. I think that's ultimately what it is, just some freedom that we want.
Yeah, because you're basically cutting out that like home living costs from your life, and just how much more money that saves you to be able to go and travel, especially like I said with your loved ones and stuff like that. Like that's dope. Like get to just travel around with the one you love or whoever, and just family and stuff, and experience stuff you've never experienced before.
Swear, man. Swear. Yeah. I'm honestly, that sounds good, man. Let's get one.
And especially with COVID, dude. Like, you don't want to have a $1 million house where COVID hits, you don't have a job anymore. You can't pay your mortgage. Now you're homeless.
Yeah.
You got to sell everything. You got to sell all the equity, like taking loans out. It's just a big mess.
Yeah.
I mean, right? The American dream is to have as much as possible, right? That's what we're just like fed. But the real American dream is to have high quality stuff that's manageable and, like you said, like affordable, and be able to have freedom.
Yeah.
I think 2020 that really kind of like brought it down to like earth to a lot of people that kind of had these like crazy ass dreams. Like, oh no, we could go to war. Like we could have another pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It's and like if people then are already homeless, the next pandemic or the next war or the next depression, that that's probably what's gonna fucking happen. You know, you're gonna be on the street or something. So you just gotta downsize, and that's fucking awesome. And modern hippie homes, bro.
Homes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Homes.
You could have like different, like the hippie home, you know, the senior hippie home,
Or you
the
senior
ultra modern
hippies.
hippie home.
So just like pull up the site, you're like, you got your clothing and everything, and then it's just
Yeah.
homes. You click on the homes, and you got the
buy
modern
a
hippie homes, right? Just buy a house.
Yes.
Get the teeny homes. Get the
Windmill.
travel.
Windmills, solar panels, water collection.
Exactly.
Hell yeah, dude.
It just makes sense. And like you're talking about, the American dream is to have as much, but it's actually has the highest quality.
Mhm.
Like think of like Whole Foods. You know, Whole Foods kind of became like the pinnacle of grocery stores
Mhm.
because it was good for us. It was good for the planet. It just, you know, that's kind of becoming the new American dream. It also there's like a price point that comes with like a social class that who can afford to shop at Whole Foods, but ultimately I want to shift the paradigm to the American dream being like a green dream, you know. And we've kind of seen that. We've seen green marketing. We've seen a lot of like sustainability popping up everywhere, and that being a hot marketing word. But it's kind of like been sentimental. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of just been like a marketing ploy rather than being uh, purpose driven to where profit is not the goal, but it's actually to like, you know, save the planet. There's a lot of the sustainability marketing is like at the end of the day, these companies are still trying to make as much money as they can, which is just not sustainable. It's an oxymoron.
Right, pretty much. And it's like that one person or whatever is like, I'm getting my pockets filled, basically. Like I'm set, but it's just like no one else is really. It's just kind of that whole corporate aspect of it.
Yeah. Mass consumerism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's great. Like even like kind of just like going about that. Like I used to be like, oh, I can't wait to, you know, get chase my dreams, get the fancier things in life, the $1 million homes and stuff like that. But it's like as I've like grown, I've actually like started thinking about like getting like a farm almost, like a house like where like generations can like my family can live in and like, you know, grow my own vegetables and like, you know, stuff like that and just kind of like go from there. And I was like, that's the real goal, I feel like. Yeah. So
have you you know Kanye? He moved to Wyoming.
Yeah, he's got that ranch out there.
Yeah. I feel like that is what like the affluent bourgeoisie is like desiring. You know, I feel like the American dream is sort of shifting towards that, like just being secluded, and once again being free. You know,
right?
Like just having the freedom to live how you want to live and feel safe and.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so just buy that land and just live on it.
Yeah, dude, I've lived out in Wyoming for like a bunch of times, like for work. Yeah, because I would go out there for like 20 days, like in the middle of winter, dude, and it's just a flat landscape of nothingness. Like my work, they were like, okay, here's some coordinates, go find the site. And I'm like in these back roads, just like, I don't know, my phone doesn't work. Like, I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at, man. Like, this is a little above my pay raise. I'm like, just like I'm like, I'm gonna get lost.
Dude, out there by your lonely, out there solo.
By myself, man. In the back country of Wyoming, man. It's like it's getting a little dark. I gotta get home. I'm like 45 minutes away from my hotel in the middle of fucking nowhere, looking for a frack site.
Yeah.
And then, dude, they got these huge, like, what made it worse? Huge lines for like where like the oil, you know, like goes through.
Yeah.
So the road says like go this way, and there's a huge line. So like, I'm like, how am I supposed to get on the other side of that? That's the only road. It was, oh man, that has happened so many times. Just like in the middle of nowhere, man. Just like gotta find it. Gotta get to work. Like an hour and a half from my hotel. Just venturing by myself. Like, gotta relieve this guy from his duty. 84 hours a week, dude.
They're just waiting on you.
Shit.
That's like some Hills Have Eyes stuff,
yeah,
man.
Dude. Some solo pictures.
Take you on some detour and you step like, a bunch of crazy people.
Yeah, dude. They're just like hanging a paycheck in front of my nose, like, go find it. I'm like, okay. Just like risking my life, just whatever. Dude, I've been in like the worst weather too. Just so bad. But yeah, like you're saying, like Wyoming is like the next frontier, right?
Yeah.
Like LA's overpopulated. We see LA's burning down.
Damn.
It's obvious. Like it used to be a joke.
You can't even breathe.
Yeah, you can't breathe. It's literally there's a new city called the LA homeless city. You know, like that's like they're taking over. Like everything's taken over.
50,000 deep, bro. 50,000 deep.
Yeah,
like, that's like a suburban town.
Right. Yeah, it's just
that's bigger than the town I grew up in.
And it's just slowly imploding on itself.
Yeah, the homeless population is crazy, especially out there. It's super large. They have that. What's the name of that place?
Skid Row.
Skid Row, yeah.
Skid Row. You don't want to get caught in a row, man.
No.
You don't want to not know where you're at and end up in Skid Row.
Yeah. I think I was like a block away from it one time. My friend, he was like, that's like Skid. You keep going that way, it's like Skid Row. It's like, yeah, let's obviously go the other way. But it's crazy. Like, I didn't even know he was like, and you can kind of like already start seeing like the tents and stuff like coming up. It's like their own place, like surviving.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess LA's already, I mean, it's turning into Skid Row. There's multiple Skid Rows right now.
Yeah.
If you like look at, I don't know if you've done research on LA lately, but multiple streets, there's literally like a mile, like homeless like encampment, like in Venice Beach, in like LA, downtown LA. It's super bad right now.
Yeah, I would say Venice Beach is a big one too. I noticed when going out there, like homeless population is pretty high there as well.
Yeah, they just had a fire too. Like one of the homeless encampments, like burnt down. Like they all lit on fire. I guess it's like a normal problem though. Where it's just like they just light on fire on accident.
Yeah, I mean, trying to stay warm.
Yes, try to stay warm, cook some food, maybe weed, some meth, maybe, I don't know. Just never know. God damn it, Johnny.
Oh man, I'll say that is crazy though. Yeah, the homeless population it's pretty big out here in like in Vegas too. So I'm assuming just all over it's pretty bad, but yeah, it's sad. Definitely crazy.
Hell yeah. And it's funny because I didn't think that your modern hippie home was for like actual homes. When I saw it, I thought it was like home furniture.
Ah, like home decor.
Right? Yeah. Because
like
I was
mugs.
Yeah.
Things like that nature.
Because Off-White just came out with their furniture brand. I don't know if you saw that.
They did.
Yeah, they just came out with a bunch of
overpriced, pillows, like $200 pillow, throw pillows.
Like no, $600 beach chair. Yeah.
But like even with that, like I still feel like you can do that like home decor, like
modern
hippie home decor, and maybe even make it more like environmentally friendly and like stuff like that. Nothing like crazy
Trump. Like right, like Trump did that. Have you guys ever stayed at a Trump hotel?
No.
Before he was the most hated man on the planet.
Nah, even.
Dude, you go stay at a Trump hotel, everything says Trump on it. The toilet, the bathtub, the sheets, everything says Trump. It's all his brand.
Wow.
So you could do that with Modern Hippie. Modern Hippie pillow.
That's the goal, man.
Yeah, dude. Modern Hippie house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, not to that extent, but just taking like my authentic self and then like sharing that with the world. Like just taking what I know and what works for me, and then what I believe in, and giving that to others. It's not a profit driven model, man. It's a
100%.
driven
You could
model.
donate it all.
Yeah, but Master Pete, he's a businessman, mobile. Yeah. He just dropped some cereal.
Okay.
He just dropped some cereal, so be on the lookout for that. But I mean, it's anything. Like yesterday, we were talking about slapping your name on some water of all things. You know what I'm saying? Water. And then you guys have seen Wally. Like the next thing is gonna be like, speaking of air pollution in LA, it's gonna be air. You know, they're gonna be selling that name brand air. Like, here's that good air, that purified air. Just like they do with water.
Right.
And, I don't know. I mean, there's a way to do capitalism, and there's a way not to do it.
Yeah, it has to be balanced out, right? There's no such thing as, especially during these times, right? There's like left and then right, and that's the only right way. No, it has to be balanced. You got to have like capitalism. You got to have some social programs.
Socialism, yeah.
You have to. There has to be, counterweights. You can't just, because we already know. I mean, I'm a globalist. I'm all for capitalism.
Tearing down the borders.
What's up?
Tearing down the borders, or what?
No, like business wise, like international business. We have to regulate who comes.
So not good for business.
That's Mexico too. We got to regulate the Americans going down there, because we had got our hands down on some naughty business down there, So we got to regulate us too. But yeah, like I'm all about free trade and everything.
But I would say that's dope too. Like, even though like how you started like modern hippie. I mean, I don't know if it was from the beginning, but like you had this idea, modern hippie, and it was like, was it mostly just clothing when you first started? Like, say you were just kind of like, I think we were talking a little bit about it yesterday, how you're just kind of like in that culture of like surf and skate and stuff like that. So was it more clothing, or you kind of always had this idea of growing it into more like like helping like community and like modern hippie homes and things like that?
Well, it originally just started as an idea, like literally a logo on a shirt. Like that's how it started, and streetwear was the inspiration. And streetwear always encompassed like a lifestyle. So now the term lifestyle brand has been developed, and that's why Off-White can make furniture, because like it resonates with the values of its consumer. And they figured, these people, they want high quality clothing. They would appreciate high quality design furniture. And so for me, I never anticipated like expanding the product line or line of services for Modern Hippie. But as I grew and developed, I started to gain an affinity for community service. So community service became a part of what the extension of me, Modern Hippie. And now I'm looking, like I said, being a part of Patagonia opened my eyes to sustainable infrastructure. Now that has meaning and value to me, and I've witnessed it firsthand. Now I want to integrate that into Modern Hippie, ultimately. So, I mean, it's a journey of self-discovery, man. I think as I grow and develop, the company will continue to. And that's pretty much always how it's been. I mean, it's really just been an extension of me and my values and interests. I mean, I think that's how most companies go. Like, I'm not saying I'm Elon Musk or anything or comparing myself to him, but like he's into space, so he started a space company. You know what I'm saying? Like he's into sustainability, so he started an electric vehicle company. Yeah. So I think ultimately, at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, you have to create something that's authentic to you. And when you do that, people will see it and appreciate it. Because it'll resonate. It'll just resonate deeper when it's real.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I feel like with our generation too, like I feel like we're so aware. I mean, I hope most of us, I could be wrong, but like even like think like Jaden Smith, he came out
Yeah.
with the box water, and like
Yeah.
he's always like helping out with like the homeless and stuff. And I feel
Mhm.
like we're starting to see a lot more of that, like things I mean, it could have been going on, like earlier, but I feel like we're becoming more aware of it and like more open to it, like to the sustainability and stuff like that, and kind of like our eyes being open a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
like
feel like it's a mirror. It's just like a two-way mirror, because we have to be aware of that, because the pollution problem, like our oceans are getting filled with plastic. Like, you can't deny that, like there's just some things you can't deny. And I think the collective consciousness, if you will, shifting towards like sustainability and social welfare and just caring for people and caring for the planet. I think that is a result of homeostasis, ultimately, because like we're realizing, man, I don't think we can like continue to make 1,000, like I don't think 1,000,000 companies can continue to make 1,000,000 products every day for the next 100 years. I just don't think the earth can support that. Like, I think like subconsciously everybody realizes that, and like the newer generation is just more open to it because we're not set in our ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think also the internet, right, really opened our eyes to all these aspects of life, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day when we didn't have the internet, we had this probably simplistic reality of life, right?
Mhm.
Whatever the talking box told us, or the talking, radio box. It's
Yeah.
like, this is what it is. Like, this is good for you. But
Mhm.
now it's like, no, it's not good for us, because these other people have done tests about it, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like we're getting away from daddy. We're thinking for ourselves, and like you
Mhm.
were saying, the collective consciousness is almost like a second sense. Like animals, they know like when a storm is coming or something.
Mhm.
Same. I feel like it's same with us. Like we maybe not really can tap into it because we're so stimulated all the time.
Mhm.
But we understand that the earth is our, where we live, and if we affect it, we poison it, it's going to poison us.
Yeah.
And then generations sees that, they sense that, and we're getting more sensitive to it. And yeah.
I mean, yeah, exactly, man. Think of 2020 and COVID just shutting everything down. A virus stopping human activity. I don't think that was a coincidence. I firmly believe the universe enacts homeostasis, just like our bodies do. Whenever there's an illness within us, our body will destroy itself with a fever.
Mm-hmm.
It will destroy itself, and it will demand rest.
All right.
And I think like possibly the COVID-19 virus was probably like a global fever that just demanded rest. Like the planet was like, look, I need a break. I need to stop driving. Y'all need to stop flying. Y'all need to stop producing. Just like take a break. And then look what happened. For the first time in LA, they could see a blue sky.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time in Shanghai, they were able to go outside without a mask on and breathe some fresh air. And people just realized how deep in the pollution problem we are. When you take a step back from it, and when you're quarantined for like 2 months, and you realize, man, like this daily, hourly, every second human activity is not sustainable by any means.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's definitely the pausing everything and staying home is definitely effect of the COVID-19, wherever that came from. Which, I mean, that's another podcast, but
Different
yeah,
day, another topic, different day.
yeah.
But
But
yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with you. Like how you're saying, like the Earth pretty much like kind of like reset itself almost, like you said, like LA able to see the sky. Like I saw a dope picture of the skyline, yeah, with the moon in LA. I was like, oh, that's you don't see that all the time. And like Italy, waters were clearing up because don't have boats going through all the time. And then and also too, not only the Earth like resetting stuff. I feel like with like families and stuff, I feel like a lot of families got closer, and things like maybe dad works all the time. Of course, it probably affected them to a point where they needed to make that money, but it also gave them that time of rest. I feel like too, and time to spend with your family that you usually don't get. So
reset everything. Do you guys remember like animals like sneaking into cities? Like when everything shut down, there were like deer like running through the city because like there were no people anymore.
Dude, I actually flew into LA in March. So I was in LA and I saw that fucking. It was the end of LA. Not end of LA. It was the end of March.
The end of LA.
The end of LA, yeah.
That'd be a dope title for something. Yeah.
And it was so fucking clear. No one was there. Like, it was fucking trippy, dude. Everything was fucking closed.
Yeah.
Like, oh man. Like, because I just went and hung out with this chick. We just chilled and walked around. And it was nice because we just did nothing. We just walked around and just talked. Like you were saying, like we got closer.
Yeah.
A lot of people got closer. I mean, of course, a lot of people got farther away because there was like depression, suicides, physical abuse.
Yeah.
So it's like a weird moment in history, right? COVID times. We're like in history, which is.
I think it's like the most unfiltered human case study in like the last 20 years. It was just like, okay, how are you guys going to respond?
Or even 50 years.
Yeah.
Like Rogan was talking about, he was talking about, this never has happened ever in his lifetime, where they just told people they couldn't go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, how do I do anything? Like, how do I feed my family?
Right. And it's crazy, like living in Vegas, like the whole strip was shut down.
What?
Like, would I ever thought I would experience that in my lifetime? Like, literally the heart of Vegas was just shut down. They still had the lights on and stuff, but like it was cleared. No one there. You can, people would jog or around like on the strip and stuff like that. But it was just like that moment in time, like you're saying, like this thing literally kept everyone home. Like you can't go out, you can't interact with others like outside of your home or whatever. So it was just like, it's just wow. Like I'm still in awe of it. Just like I would never thought I would experience this. So
yeah, that really, like when I saw the photos of Vegas shut down, it really hit me. I was like, this is a 24/7 town. We never sleep, and the heart of Vegas is dead. Like that was some deep ass shit. Where I'm like,
the end of Vegas.
This is some real shit right now. Like, this is not no game.
Yeah.
Because business reigns over anyone's safety, like anything, like with, like, big corporations, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it affected them. So it's like, hold up, like, who's pulling the strings right now? It's not these big corporations like MG, like, they're worth billions of dollars, right? These corporations. And someone above them said, hey, you got to shut down your whole operation. Like, that is from the top. Like, that's no joke.
From the very top. Nature, man.
Yeah, that's some heavy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've had other pandemics, H1N1, you know, like all the, like, past, like, flus, like, really bad flus, we never shut down. But for some reason, with COVID-19, they said, let's try it. Let's shut this shit down.
It's the perfect time.
Fucking did. They fucking did. Like, it's not even a joke. They shut the whole world down.
Mm-hmm.
They shut the whole world. Like, the media had nothing. The sportscasters had nothing to talk about. The media only had one thing to talk about. Was COVID and Trump.
Yeah.
And then you think about like life. Like, what is life? Is it a simulation? Are we simulating what we think the world is, right? The
Yeah.
idea of shutting down the whole world and nothing on is just off. All we have is just yourself in this box, and we're just on. And everything else, the idea of living, is what they're telling us is living,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, because I got real deep, dude. Like when it started to pop off, I'm like, this is some heavy shit.
Insane. I think
This is some
everybody was
heavy
forced
shit.
to, man.
Like this is a reality check.
Yeah.
Like,
Even just like the start of this year, like everything, it kind of already seemed weird. Like 3 days in, the talks of almost like a World War III, basically, and like things like that. Like and a Kobe, another. Now it's just like all back to back. COVID was kind of being introduced still, but like yeah, I feel like it's just shocked everybody's realities. Like even for me, my anxiety was like at an all-time high. Just basically like, what's next? Like where is this gonna take us and stuff. So it was definitely an intense moment in history, and like I said, and who really knows when we'll be back to normal, like our quote unquote normal.
yeah, I don't think it's ever going to go back. I think we're always going to wear masks.
I agree.
Always going to wear masks. We're always going to be on high alert. Like, because like remember 9/11 happened. We were always kind of like, for like the next 5 years, dude, everyone was just like, please don't happen again, please don't happen again. And then just kind of like slowly, but it's still in the back of our head. We all have this like little piece in the back of anxiety of a terrorist attack, right? Anywhere you are, right? And then we got ISIS, and now we have an invisible enemy that from like day one, I read peer-reviewed papers by scientists who went over COVID-19, its structures, and they were saying that there's 4 strands of HIV in COVID-19, which means it was altered in a lab, and it's up to speculation how it got out, or if it was like a attack, or if they meant to do it, or it leaked out or something. But hands down, across the scientific community, it was altered. Right. So now we have this invisible enemy, where I mean they've always talked about like like chemical warfare, right?
Mhm.
So now it's like biological warfare, which I mean has been around, right? Because what was it? Anthrax.
Mhm.
Was that chemical or biological?
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
it's biological because it's a bacteria.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a living organism.
Yeah. So if they somehow like mastered creating a biological weapon that could spread throughout the whole entire world and shut it down, like as the excuse to shut it down, this biological weapon, because let's say like because COVID, it's very infectious, right? You can get it, but they're like, okay, well, what about your loved ones, right? But when HIV hit, it was the same thing. We didn't shut down. It was literally murdering people, and you could physically see people withering away, and everyone like, keep it moving. Like, no one shut anything. Like, this is just insane. And like, people try to put excuses on it, right? About how, okay, well, your loved ones and everything, but to do that to an economy on a global scale is just unheard of, and just yeah.
No, yeah, 100%. And like, one thing that's just crazy to me is like how this, because I've heard a lot of people, like me and Adam were talking about this, but like people losing their sense of smell and taste when getting it. I'm like, something that alters 2 of my senses. I'm like, that's crazy on its own. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, how is it going to take 2 of my senses away? And then Yeah, I've heard people they get it back. I don't know if I've heard any cases where it's gone forever, but still I'm like that's just crazy. Like in my mind I'm like this has to be like altered. I'm like that alone is just nuts.
Yeah, dude, I was in a room with someone that got COVID. Like I was right next to it. We all had to get tested. No one else got it. Just one guy got it. My tattoo artist got it. She's good. I know this comedian that got it, and then I know someone else that got it. But everyone's alive. Everyone's good.
Mm.
So to shut down the world for a virus or a bacteria or whatever it is that has a 99% survival rate is just bonkers. Like it's real fucking serious.
Mhm.
Both are
It's
very serious, but it's just that act of control is just that's not freedom.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that's very true. That's very true.
and it's interesting. It's like every election year, some disease comes out. So it's like it's just kind of like a whole thing. Kind of I don't know. It's interesting. Like I said, we're in interesting times right now for sure.
Sure.
Facts. Yeah. I mean, just like segueing from like real freedom and pairing that with my view on like the homeostasis aspect,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like subliminally the protests that evolved into riots were like a rage against the machine type
Mm-hmm.
deal, you know? Like I feel like people were not pleased with how the system was treating them and how, you know, we were being told to stay inside and there was a lot of fear mongering. And I feel like people just like rebelled against that.
Mm-hmm.
Started burning down towns, cities.
Yeah, we were talking about that, me and Kendall, and just how the media, right? They create their own news, right? They 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 create what you want. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, they create what they want you to hear, right? And then they go and report on what they told you. And then they record you. Say, so how's the riots? And you're like, what? I'm just hanging out here, seeing what's up. You guys said there was riots out here. I'm out here seeing if there's no. You're in the riot. You're here. You're protesting. What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, right? They tell you, hey, people are breaking into the house over there. You go check. Like, what are you talking about? And then they interview, like, did you see the people break in? Were you one of them? Like, what? You told me that this is happening, and now you're reporting on what you told me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then it's just like this cycle of just you never know what's true, you never know, and then you kind of just get in this group mentality, like, oh, I guess we are rioting, I guess we are protesting,
Mm-hmm.
and then people are like, oh, I guess we should start doing groups. Oh, I guess we should actually take advantage of the situation, right?
Yeah.
And then also too, I think with just like the timing of just everyone being locked up and stuff, you have these protests going on. So it was like really how many people are out there for the actual cause or protest, or is it just because I've been trapped in my house for so many days, so I'm gonna go out
Yeah.
and just stir some stuff, or like go do this because it's something to do at this point.
Bust some shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The media was also saying like certain things were contributors to the spread of COVID, but they specifically said, but protests are not. So go to the protests.
Yeah, like what?
They're encouraging.
Gaslighting much?
Yeah.
You'll be completely safe out there. No spread of COVID during protests.
Fucked
Yeah.
up. Like what? Like how is you literally just contradicted yourself?
Yeah,
like
I
in
mean,
New York.
it's wild because like I don't know. I feel like before I felt that the percentage of the population that just like took the bait of the media, like the fish hook of the media, and was just like took a hook, line, and sinker, was the minority. But now you have to believe it's the majority. You know, like in the minority are the ones labeled conspiracy theorists. You know, just because they're like, I'm not too sure about that. Like I think there's like something like an ulterior motive.
Yeah. Very like it's hilarious because it's like, wait, we were talking about like Republicans create Democrats and Democrats create Republicans, right? No, it was on a podcast I was listening to, Tim Dillon's podcast, and he was saying that like exactly what he just said. But I think that's what also is happening with like, let's say Antifa or something, right?
Yeah.
You start out as like anti-fascist, but then you create fucking fascists,
Yeah.
right? Like it's just like the more extreme you go, the farther
like
you go away from the point.
Black Lives Matter, all lives matter.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
It's just
Exactly.
you're gonna create your own enemy.
Exactly. Yeah.
My bad, guys. I'm gonna turn my light on. It's starting to get dark where I'm at. So I was like,
Well,
oh shit.
looks a little spooky in
Yeah,
there,
it looks
bro.
like spooky
Is there a
season
ghost?
Hey, go Lake, Big Lake Show, baby.
Did you guys watch the game?
I caught the end of it because it was during this yesterday.
We're in the pod, right?
Yeah, we're in the part of the reason why I was like upset. I was like, dude, man, I missed the championship game. Didn't even record the podcast. So,
Just double trouble.
no,
Fuck.
but no, I caught the end of it, and yeah, like it was an awesome field. So you know, I had to represent today. You know, the Lake Show for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, LA was turning up yesterday or last night. I wish I was there.
I didn't even see that. What did they blow up some cars or what they do?
Probably close enough.
They shut the city down. They shut down the block.
Oh, really?
Yeah, around the Staples Center, it was crazy. Yeah, I had some friends and family that live out there, and they were living their best life. So
Raging.
just raging against the machine.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely crazy time we're in, and like even like I said, almost like with COVID, like just think how much fear this is like caused and stuff. Like I said, just you have to stay at home, can't be around people. Like people, I'm sure, are still afraid to go out of their homes because of this. And like even the beginning when this happened, people storing up on toilet paper and storing up on everything, just basically buying out supermarkets and stuff, just because no one knew what was going to happen next. But it was just like that whole extreme that this caused, which is crazy. So whatever, if there was a agenda or anything trying to be pushed, like it was pushed.
Successful.
It was successful. Yeah. Definitely nuts.
Yeah, because like they were talking about, I talked to this one chick a while back, and she was like, "Oh, have they opened flights up yet?" I'm like, "We've been flying. I've been flying this whole time. I went to Pittsburgh, I went to Miami, I went to LA, like I went to Ohio. Like I went everywhere. They didn't cancel flights. They didn't do it. They just told you, like, you just probably thought that. Like no one said anything about canceling travel.
Yeah.
I mean international travel, which made me super anxious, dude. You're telling me I can't leave the country? That's a no-go.
So you're stuck here, man.
Yeah, you're in USA jail. Jail Inc.
It's a jail.
Oh man, I had a crazy trip. We're gonna talk about some trips.
Go
But
for
it's
it.
COVID times, and that was LA, right? by myself. I'm in this huge bunker, this Airbnb bunker, right? I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna drop some acid. And I'm like, I drank some wine too.
Did
So I
you
was
say a bunker?
yeah, I was like, dude, this Airbnb bunker, bro. So in the front, it was like this huge mansion.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, yeah, there's a bunker in the back that they also rented out for an Airbnb, which I found out after the fact. So there's someone staying in front of me that I had no clue who it was. And I'm in their backyard in a bunker, and they don't know who I am,
Uh-huh.
right? So I'm just like in this
How
bunker.
did you get into the bunker? Like, do you like crawl through the ground or?
No, so it's like an airplane hangar,
Ah,
like an old airplane hangar bunker.
That should kind of dope, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
I got there, I was like, this is sick, but on acid, not so sick. Because they got a bunch of weird artwork, and it looked like a lot of like sacrifice, like artwork and stuff. Like, really trippy shit, bro. And then it was like around the 5G time, and they called it the 5G bunker. So I'm in here, dude, like just like thinking about how like America is a huge like human trafficking country, and like that's why our jail system's so crazy, because we're built on human trafficking, right? And like the idea of freedom is marketed to us, right? I mean, they say, oh, you have freedom of speech, but then you can still go to, prison for treason or selling secrets. Like what's his fucking name? The whistleblowers.
yeah.
Edward Snowden.
Snowden.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, I follow him on Twitter. I forgot his name, but yeah, he's locked up in the embassy in Europe, right? These whistleblowers. So you're saying that there's freedom of speech and we're free people, but they can take our guns, they can take us to prison just because they have a no knock warrant, right? This is not freedom. This is marketed to us, and we're literally like our country's built on trafficking, right? That's why it's so hard to immigrate to here, because you have to get all the forms. And yeah, so this is part of my trip, and I was just thinking about how like food has a lot of metal in it, right? And I was like thinking about like eating food. Could 5G affect our metal content in our body from all the food? And dude, I fucking Googled it, and it was true. Like our food has high heavy metal content in it, from like the conveyor belts, from like where like it's transported to. It's in like metal containers, and then all like the packaging and everything. Like all our bodies are weighed down by heavy metals, and electric like current, like let's say 5G, affects that, right? And what's up?
The frequency.
The frequency. There we go.
They
Yeah, that frequency goes into our body, and that could also stem from like programming our body to enjoy the food, because our body starts getting used to heavy metal content, so it kind of craves that. That's why like the bottom level food, people still buy them, because that stuff's not good. You taste it, you eat it, it tastes like nothing. But for some reason, we still buy it. We still eat it. We still crave it. And it has nothing to do with taste. It has to do with like marketing and look and what's in it, right? These chemicals and these metals that our body are, engineered to crave. And yeah, it was just like a really trippy trip. I was all by myself too.
He's just in the bunker tripping while this family in their homes has no idea.
I'm like looking out the window, dude. Like, is anyone there? Are they gonna traffic me? I legit, dude. It was like, if I go to sleep, I'm gonna wake up in fucking Mexico.
Dude, that's my thought every time I sleep in a hotel by myself. I'm just like, whoever owns this joint is selling folks.
Right.
100%, bro. And I'm in a fucking airplane bunker. Like they could just literally come and just lock that shit, And then I started like investigate. I'm like, yo, this literally could be used for human trafficking. And they just rent it out as an Airbnb as a cover. So even if they're not trafficking me, they could have trafficked other people. Because
I have to ask,
yeah,
what are the people who are buying people? Because, okay, we were talking about the media creating the narrative. The media has addressed human trafficking. The FBI has addressed human trafficking. I guess it exists. I mean, even in Tennessee, like in small suburbs of Nashville, tiny suburbs, there have been ordinary people involved in human trafficking, right? Like your local gas station dude. I mean, he was in this little town called Antioch, arrested for human trafficking. There's like a ring of, I want to say, 19 people who got busted. What are the people who are the consumers of human trafficking? What are they doing with those people?
So okay, so one form of human trafficking is immigration, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's a form like being a coyote, like in Texas.
Yeah.
I knew like one of my coworkers, his dad's a coyote for the cartel. And so he traffics people, right, from Mexico for and then they just pay them, right? And they get their freedom in US, right?
Mhm.
And then the other form, right, is sex,
Mhm.
right? Prostitution, people want little boys and girls,
Mhm.
cannibals,
Well,
right? And then slavery too, like just sex slaves. And I mean, I bet there's some other stuff that I have no clue about.
yeah.
But I don't know if me and you were talking about it or me and the other homie was talking about it, but I had this thought where it's like just think like there's literally like there's girls out there who are chained in a bedroom and they're being used to create humans for like slavery. Like that's some real ass shit. And that's like really happening somewhere. So it's like this weird, but it's interesting. It's an interesting point because like,
Mhm.
what are they like? What other purposes are there? Are they like working on farms? Are
Yeah.
they like in a house? Are they
Because
being
I've seen the numbers. The numbers are astronomical.
yeah, like yeah, in Ohio, they found 60 kids being human trafficked in a warehouse. 60 children. Like where's that going?
Yeah.
That's a really good dude. That's real. I've
Yeah, that's a
never
really good
like. What's
question,
the
dude.
real point? Like we talk about it, like, oh, it happens, but
Yeah.
what's like? Are they being eaten? Are they just being used as sex slaves? Are they being like, harvested for their organs?
Yeah. Yeah. That could be a possibility for sure.
And like with the question, it just shows like just a whole nother world like we don't know, like a whole
Yeah.
like I say, I think we me and Adam kind of we touched on this in the last episode, but it's like we're kind of like in our bubbles per se, like
Mhm.
our lives and stuff, but there's like all this stuff going on outside of it that we like I said, just that question perfectly like what's like what's really going on and like stuff like that. It's just like it's just interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Because like, are they feeding us the humans?
We'll never
Think
know.
about
Yeah,
that.
you'll never know. Yeah.
We'll never know.
Like, are we like eating humans? Like, are they putting it in our? They're like, yeah, we got some humans in the like. Cause think about that. It's free meat. Just throw them in the fucking grinder with the beef.
Yeah.
Cause that gets fucking creepy and conspiratorial.
But kind of even like how you guys we were talking about Airbnbs. Like imagine like waking up and like I'm not in the Airbnb anymore. It's like same thing. Like I've always had this thought when I get into someone's Uber, or like get into an Uber. Like I'm a
Yes.
stranger getting into a stranger's car. I don't know them. They don't know me.
Yes.
Like like that could be a trafficking ring, which I'm sure it is on
I'm
its
sure
own.
that shit happens too. Cause like we going back to the point of COVID, right? it shut everything down. Like, what's really real? Yourself. So this idea of this invisible corporation, we're Uber, get in the car, right? They're literally just trafficking us for free. They're trafficking the trafficker. Like we're being like, if you want to like break it down, Uber's a trafficking company, and they're using people in their with no overhead to say, hey, take this person to this area, right? So it literally could just, like Kendall was saying, could be a cover for an actual trafficking ring. And people probably use it exactly for that, right? Because you can order people Ubers. Okay, go pick up this girl. Go pick up that guy. Go pick up this girl. We're gonna keep this one. Like every 10th person, we're gonna keep. That's some creepy ass shit. That's a weird thought, dude. It's like, if this is my stop, it's like, he fucking locks that shit. No, sir. Hey.
Yeah, like it's like not necessarily the company being a trafficking, but it's like just it's so easy. Someone being in. Well, I'm I don't want to like say like I know or anything. There's no like facts, but there could be people who are part of those rings, and it's like, oh, easy. I could just sign up for Uber, or even like me being the customer, like going into an Uber, I could be the one who's in this trafficking ring, and like the driver doesn't even know. So it's just like it just goes on both sides. Like I just thought, like I just had that thought. I was like, man, I'm so trusting. Like I'm literally just like getting into the stranger's car.
What comes with the idea of like free love and like everyone deserves everything, right? We all deserve a house. We all deserve to share each other's experiences, like equality across the board. It comes with the pitfalls of what he's saying, trust, right? Because we could all be trusting, but one motherfucker just like, not anymore. Bop. Oh, you're coming with me.
Yeah. And that's happened. It's already happened with Uber drivers.
Oh, yeah. It happened in different. This guy was a fake Uber driver.
Yeah.
He was like, right here, yeah. And like sometimes, like for me, dude, like, oh, that looks like the car, like Toyota, Camry. Yeah. This is it. You don't even look at the license plate.
Yeah, you're
just like, yeah, let's go.
The car. It's happening to everybody, man.
So after a night of drinking, so that kind of matches. Yeah, it's just.
You guys seen Get Out?
Yeah, yes. Get Out.
That could be a completely viable hypothesis of a plot. Like that could really be happening. Like people getting trafficked for their organs. Like you said, I never considered that, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's stories of people like, just like even couples, right? Serial killers and stuff. Like a couple, right? And a girl comes up to a guy like, hey, you want to come back to my place with my boyfriend? Have a threesome?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking murder that guy. Yeah. Take his organs.
Yeah. Kidney goes for like 60K.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of money. I bet you can get for stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say, there's always a market for, organs. Organs never go out of style.
I mean, we need them.
Exactly.
It's always going to be on the market. But
the man going nowhere.
But even like I don't know if any of you guys seen that movie that just came out, Antebellum. Something
no.
Like that. Okay, I'll let you watch it. I won't go into it because
I need to see that.
I'll let you watch it.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. So we'll just end it there, right there.
Right there.
Have you seen it, Adam?
No, I haven't. No. Who's in it?
Is it Janelle Monáe? Is that how you say her name?
It is.
Yeah, Janelle Monáe. Yeah. I don't know anyone else who's big in there. Yeah, I would say not a lot of like big actors are in there. I would say she's the biggest one probably.
That's the artist, right?
Yeah, she's a singer.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
She was
I
in
think
she's in Moon. I think she's in Moonlight. I could be wrong.
I don't. Yeah, I think is she the mom?
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think she's the mom, right? Yeah.
When he's a little boy.
When he's a little boy. Yep.
Which is another A24 studio film.
Moonlight was?
Yeah.
Oh, Moonlight was a great film.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Good story. Try to get people to watch it. They're like, nah. I'm like, it's a good movie. Just watch it.
Like, I ain't gay, bro.
I said, oh god, here we go.
Guys, it's art, right?
That's literally what I tell them. I'm like, it's art.
It's turn you gay, guys.
So it's a great film, man.
It's good. It's good. I like the story.
Didn't it get like a Grammy or something?
Yeah, best film. They stole it from La La Land.
La La Land, yeah.
Fuck La La Land.
There's that big controversy. They're like, La La Land. Wait. Moonlight actually won.
Just about, I would kind of be like, wait a minute, let me see what that card says.
Yo, going back to the COVID thing, right? Who won Best Film? Who won Best Korean Film? Parasite. That's another weird thing that led up to COVID times, dude.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like. Yeah.
Even like the deeper like motif, like the main motif of Parasite, I feel like that is 2020.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Eat the rich, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty much.
Yeah. Eat the rich and still get fucked. I mean, that's what happens. You try to eat the rich, you're still gonna fucking be locked in a little room in a fucking house that you don't even own.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I haven't seen that.
Wait, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I was about to, but I was
Damn
like,
it, boy.
Keep going.
Nah, you gotta pee, man. You gotta pee. It's movie of the year for a reason. It's all in Korean though. That kind of.
All subtitles.
It's all good. I watch a lot of anime, so I don't know if you guys see the Naruto right there.
Korean hits different than Japanese though. It's just it's a little harder on the ears.
You know, it's interesting, like K-pop and stuff like that. My sister loves like K-pop, but she was watching I think it was Jimmy Fallon, and that group BTS was on there. And man, those guys get these American girls like it's like their Usher basically, or like Chris Brown, like seeing Chris Brown on stage. Like these girls go wild for it. I'm like, damn, they got some catchy hits. I'm not gonna lie.
I rock with some K-pop.
Right? Yeah, K-pop be popping.
Yeah, they're like, because they've mastered that like bro. Right?
Yeah.
They're these like really good looking dudes, but they're also like, might be gay, but we're not. Come on over. Right? So they bring down that like it's almost like it, because like, right, if it's too alpha, right? Girls are like, whoa. But if they put a little bit of feminine scent on it, they're like, oh, it's safe. And dude, it's crazy how wild they are. Like everyone's crazy about them. Like guys, girls are like, ah! That's just crazy. It's like it's a parasite.
Because there's a lot of K-pop groups out there, and like just this one BTS, I feel like it's the biggest one out here in America and stuff. So I'm just like, that's great. Like breaking those borders almost, like pretty much like thinking something that's just big in Korea is all of a sudden maybe there's a few people in America like listening to it, but then all of a sudden it just took over. It's crazy.
They mastered it. They mastered music. It's like it's almost too perfect.
Yeah.
Right. It's the moves perfect. The melody's perfect.
Yeah, they cracked the code. They cracked the boy band code.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean, that's what Asian cultures do the best, right?
Yeah.
Take something that everyone likes and just perfects it.
Mass produced.
Masters, like
yeah.
Japanese culture, Korean culture, they all just understand the code
Yeah.
of what makes people like things. It's fucking insane.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
That's why I love Asia, bro. Asia is the place to be. Taiwan
been?
is dope. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm Japanese.
Japanese,
I'm
man.
Japanese, man. Born and raised.
Ooh. Oh, what part of Japan, or where you lived out here?
My mom, she's from Okinawa, so
Okay.
that's like an island nation. It's honestly
Mhm.
closer to China than it is Japan.
Okay.
So it's like way out there. It's like they call it the Hawaii of Japan.
Japan.
You know,
Okay.
it's just out there. It's its own thing.
Mhm.
But I grew up on like military bases and stuff in Japan.
In Japan.
So
Okay.
kind of skated around.
Man, Japan's like my dream, man. I'm trying to get out there.
Go, man. You love it. They love you. That's the
Man.
biggest, that's like the best part. Like you just feel the love when you get out there.
I feel like just super friendly, like
Yeah.
people out there, and just like I do want to learn, like try to learn a little Japanese before I go out there. But I mean, even if I don't know anything, there's still some sort of, I'm sure people speak a little English or a lot out there where I'm able to get around. Yeah.
It blows my mind because Japanese people read in English.
Oh, really?
Like every person in Japan can read in English. Like if you go to Japan, there will be like signs everywhere in English.
Hey. I know we have those like language apps and stuff. You could just type something in, show it to them,
No,
they can type back in.
like you have Google Translate. You just like scan the room and it translates everything. Like
Hell yeah.
What?
it's wild. Yeah, it's
And
wild.
dude, they got earbuds where like you just have it in and it translates right into your ear.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit's so crazy.
Technology, man, it's just forever growing. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I need to get some of those for Croatia so I can just, don't even have to speak their damn language. I can just English. American.
All right, would y'all get the Neuralink? Are y'all gonna get the Neuralink?
Oh, the Tesla project, huh?
That's the project.
Yeah,
Well, I guess it's the Elon Musk project, right?
yeah. It's its
Neuralink.
own company.
Did you watch the pig, the experiment with the pig?
No.
The release date? Like, because they've been doing experiments on pigs,
Uh-huh.
and they showed how the different neurons like fire off with the pig. So every time the pig like hit its snout, it showed on the screen when one of the neurons was so it shows that like it's integrated right into its brain,
Wow.
and it was
Wow.
running on the treadmill because they like pigs.
It's working out.
Yeah, that's the only reason they used pigs was because they know how to run on a treadmill.
Interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm down.
Is it?
Yeah, 2.0 though. I'm not coming in with the first edition, second edition.
But you gotta think. You gotta think. I worked in a call center, and you could access anyone's operating system. You could access anyone's home computer. Given the proper permission. What if somebody hacks in to your Neuralink and just like starts sending you some weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like firing off your neurons,
Bunch of gay porn, like get out! Stop it!
It's just hacking the mainframe.
Just the mainframe. God damn it!
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get it. That's crazy. Just knowing that, like, it's in my or wherever they put it, and just like you said, someone just having access to that. I'm just like, I don't know.
But, guys, they already do it right now. They're watching us right now.
Yeah, true.
All technology is just, spy equipment for the government and corporations.
Yeah.
Our cell phone, right?
They're
just monitoring us.
We've all had a thought and then had an advertisement for it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
100%, dude. Literally, it hears your thoughts.
Yeah.
It's fucking creepy, and it needs to stop.
Like you'll just be, or same thing, extreme, just be talking about something to someone, and it's all of a sudden it pops up, And it's just like they're all here listening to it.
Room, dude. Your shit could be in the other room. It says, like, what would you like to research? What? Like, it hears everything we say, and it's watching us. It's recording us.
Yeah.
It's hearing all our conversations.
People invite it into their house. Alexa, Google
Yeah.
Home. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey Google, hey Alexa. Like,
Nest.
Always listening.
Nest.
It's always listening.
Yeah. Nest. So anyone that comes towards, they have them on a database. Every time Nest, they know when you're coming home too.
Yeah.
Now they got you on the outside too.
Yeah.
Guys, you're outside and you got the inside. We're a surveillance state. We're in it right now. When are we going to be a surveillance state? It's like China. No, we're here. We've been here.
It's a dystopian.
We're here. Anything with a camera, a microphone, they got us. We're tapping ourselves.
Dude,
Like,
I got something for you. This logo right here.
Mhm.
Adam and Eve. What caused the fall?
the knowledge.
Apple.
What caused the fall? Why is there a bite taken out of it?
Yeah, because
You know what I'm saying?
Right, for real.
Why is
Let
there
it
a bite
in.
taken out of it? Why did Steve Jobs just like die all of a sudden at the peak of his career, you know? Like Walt Disney, man. I firmly believe the CIA controls business.
Oh, dude. So I took like 1.5 edibles, right? And I get super paranoid.
Like right before this?
Yeah, I'll say right.
Like today?
Like Saturday.
Oh, right.
Right? And I was like thinking about like, let's say like just any like media, right? Platform. And even like just Joe Rogan's platform, right?
Mhm.
Dude, he has CIA guys on all the time.
Mhm.
They talk about the CIA all the time. Like, yeah, people think I'm a government shill. People think I'm just like, dude, you literally have government agents on. So if they're not like telling you to like what to put on your show and when not to put on your show, they're having people on that are influencing your opinion during the show. Right? And we were talking about it the other day. Governments go to media outlets and tell them, hey, we're going to pay you this much, right? And they're all intelligent, like all the intelligent, like the CIA, the NSA,
Mhm.
they're all in kind of cahoots, but also competition. So they go to these media outlets and like, okay, these are the topics we want you to talk about. You can take whatever angle you want, but you need to talk about them. And it's all propaganda, like all logos, all like big corporation brands. It's just propaganda to make you feel something so you have an emotional response to things. It's to hyperactivate our emotions. So we're always on, right? We're always on. Instead of just zen and chill and clear thought. Because if we're always on, we're cloudy. We're cloudy with our minds and we make rash decisions. We buy shit. We eat shitty. We go, overspend. We're negative to ourselves. We go take antidepressants. We go, oh, I need something, doc. My head's all like, no, it's your diet. No, it's you're not looking out for yourself. You're being overstimulated.
Yeah.
So they put us in this like this concoction of you're gonna stay in this house and you're gonna go to work and you're only gonna go 5 miles back and forth. So you're in this coffin already. Just like each year, just another nail in the fucking coffin. And the closer you are in your small town, you're closer to yourself. That's where they want you. Because if you're moving all the way around all the time, right? They have less control. They don't know what you're doing. You're a threat to them, in a sense.
You know the only way to be free is fake your death. Tupac.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You guys got the pill ready?
2 million to 3 million.
Let's go.
Just dip off to the Bermuda Triangle. Right?
Yeah. And that's like the idea of I don't know if you guys heard of the permanent tourist. The idea of like having offshore accounts and being able to have 2 passports, right? And then also just being able to just live wherever and not pay taxes.
Yeah.
Because that's true freedom.
Yeah. Epstein, man.
Epstein, yeah. And that's where human trafficking comes in. Because that's freedom, human trafficking.
Where'd you go, Adam?
What's up?
I can't see you anymore. Can you see him, Kendall?
Yeah, I can still see you.
Oh,
I
word.
see Adam too. This happened to me earlier because
Are we
remember I was
hacked?
saying I was like I can't see Harlan. Oh shoot! Now I can't.
Yeah, I can't see Harlan either.
Oh.
Are we getting hacked right now?
Yeah.
Yo, dude, the government's listening, bro.
So we
That's
got
a joke.
we got too deep.
Shit,
we
bro.
went way too deep.
We went a little too deep, guys.
all that
Hereditary.
technology. Yeah.
We love Hollywood. We love all the government people.
So we went
You
too
gave
deep.
us our freedom, and we believe it. We will wear our masks and watch all your films.
Like
Come home.
the rest of the podcast, bro.
Yeah.
The rest of the
Get your mask
podcast.
on,
Masked
guys.
up.
Yeah, masked up. Oh,
We
shit,
got
I
a
don't have my mask
mask.
next week.
Shit.
Bro, even that cracked me up. When I went to California, people were just like walking into stores like this.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, all right, well, what's the point of a mask?
I had to run that one a couple times, man.
You're like, oh, shoot. I think I was just bad. I didn't think of it first. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
So many times I could have done that.
Dude, I forgot my mask a couple times, and I like went into Target where it says mandatory mask. I'm just like walking, and people are like, I know no one's like thinking what I'm thinking, but I'm just like, yep, don't got a mask on. Like, it's just like the weirdest vibe, I hate it because I don't feel that way. They've made showing your face in public disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, it has nothing to do with what COVID is or like protecting other people. It's the feeling of being disgusting, to hide your face, to just do what you got to do and go home. Like, I don't know if you guys feel that, but it's like this feeling of like, okay, we got to just go home.
Yeah. Social,
We got to go home. Like, we're outside too long.
Social programming.
Like, go home. Wear your mask. If you're gonna go out, you're gonna hide your face, and because the fucking ground's lava. Like, that's what it feels like. We're like in this big global like game of lava.
Right. Don't touch the floor.
Yeah, the only way we can survive is wearing a mask. And then people are wearing, like, I saw YouTube videos of like them just mocking it, right? It's like a mask and there's a bunch of holes in it. Like, look, guys, the government, it's just just listen to them kind of thing. Right? Which is kind of, it's stupid that he's making that video, right?
Yeah.
But the feeling of it is true. It's like to just listen. What we're saying is truth, and that's truth.
Not gonna lie, I was happy I had a mask on one time. I ate before I went out, and I didn't check my teeth before I went out. But I had a mask on and I was like talking to people, and then when I came out from where I was at, I pulled the mask off and I looked in the rearview mirror at all this food in my teeth. And I was like, oh, thank God. I would have just embarrassed myself.
Yeah.
Walking in. I was like, all right, I don't mind this mask thing at that moment.
It's not bad. It's
not too bad. So yeah, only times at the gym. That's when I'm like, this sucks.
Bro.
You wear it for the gym? You guys wear it for the gym?
They
Dude,
make it
in Ohio,
yeah.
no one wears a mask at the gym in Ohio.
Wow.
Like, I went to because Anytime Fitness, and then I went to this other gym. No one had a mask on. So I don't know what you guys are doing.
EOS is like on it. Like they came up to me and my friend during our set, and they're like, "Pull it up."
Oh, dude, I would fucking punch the motherfuckers in the face. Like, listen, I'm at the fucking gym. I am sweating. You get COVID from droplets. If I sweat on this machine, someone's gonna get COVID. Like, if I have COVID, they're gonna get it from my sweat. Fuck. I'm not wearing a mask when I'm at the gym.
On the record, Adam is a no
On
mask.
the record, you hear it?
No
Right
mask.
You hear me, government? Lyle's not doing it.
So we're recording, right? Yep, we're recording this.
Yeah.
This is on the record.
Let's see if we're. Yep.
No, we are. Trust me, I made sure this time.
Yeah. We're both recording, so we're good.
Yeah.
But I guess we could talk about Hereditary now, which is the movie of the week. We had an amazing conversation on the Faith podcast yesterday. Today we're just kind of going to review how we felt about the film. And yeah, just go for there. So Harlan, you want to just start your little synopsis, I guess, maybe your rating, how you felt, how it made you feel?
Hereditary was like the most tumultuous experience I've had in the past 100 days. Like I haven't felt like that since. I haven't felt like that before. I watched it once, and yeah, I was shook to my core, man. I think tumultuous is a good word because it wasn't terrifying. I mean, it was, but it was it hit different, you know what I'm saying? It was a different kind of scared, of fear. And it was, yeah, I mean, you know how, like, you know, you're chilling with your girl and, like, she does something she's never done before. You're like, woo! You know, like that was Hereditary. It touched a different part of me. And yeah, I'll never forget it because of that. You know, it's one of those things that just sticks with you.
Hell yeah, I feel that. What do you rate
analogy.
It? That's the only way I could describe it. I mean,
it hit home. It was like, I know what this guy's talking about.
Whoa. He said, "Oh."
Like, what you doing there?
Yeah, what you doing there? Said, nope. Said, wait a minute.
Okay, it's my synopsis, man. What about you? What about you?
Well, do you have a rating? Like, what do you 1 out of 10? Drum roll.
Rating from yesterday. I'm sticking with a 9.2. Throw it on the screen, bro. 9.2.
We got a 9 out of 10.
The first nine, and it's a 9.2. Not even a normal 9.
We got that full ass 9. Explosion.
But no, yeah, I agree. It was a good film. Like, I'm not a big like horror person, but just the story alone is just like very story driven, and I feel like you don't get that a lot in most horror films. So it's like it was good twists and turns, make you kind of think about some stuff. And then when you it's like one of those movies you figure something out and you're like, oh, like start catching on. It makes you feel good. You're catching on to the movie. So I'll stick with the 9 as well. I'll give it a 9.
Oh yeah, 9 out of 10. Kintrail. Up next, we got Adam Way, aka Adam Roland. So I think Hereditary is probably one of my top 10 favorite movies. It has amazing cinematography, amazing dialogue, I think my top 5 film scenes is at the end when the mom floats up into the treehouse with no head. Spoiler alert. And the whole entire movie's about a family that's dysfunctioned because of one person having selfish endeavors to conquer and conjure a demon for riches. So for greed.
Yeah.
So one seed created all this misfortune and all this shit for riches, and the worst part about it is she died before she even could see the supposed riches. But we all know that demons fucking deceive and they lie.
Yeah.
So the only thing they won was death. And King Payman won.
Yeah.
And that's corporations. And I give it a 9 out of 10.
That's for Italian corporations.
But I like the way you put that because, like, okay, say like one person in a company, one person in a friend group, one person in like a unit has like that like Judas mentality, you know, like they're just willing to like throw everybody under the bus for like a little bit of money, just ruin everything. You know, that like I never saw that in Hereditary until now.
Oh yeah. That was just right off the dome right now.
This thing, like the generational curses and stuff, you know, you have that one person to mess it all up.
Yeah.
And that's the craziest part, right? Generation curses are not generational. It's just depression from the main event, right? It's just like feeling bad for yourself and not changing your own reality because of some person, like, you know, 2 rows down. You just kind of like sulk and like, well, it's a curse.
Yeah. Like good old Stanley Yelnats, bruh.
Stanley Yelnats.
I know about that boy.
Hey, digging up them holes, man.
Tyler breaking family curses.
The family curses. His
You
name spelled the same.
Up the mouth.
Said his name spelled the same way backwards. Stanley Yelnats.
Yeah, I have no clue what you guys are talking about. So
never seen Holes, man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, bro, that's
man.
like. I feel like I can add.
You guys talking about Stanley Eunice?
Born in the 90s? Were you even born in the 90s?
I was, and I still am.
So I could go into a room with like 100 people, and I would say 99 of those people.
Oh my god! All I know is even Steven in that damn hole, right?
Oh man!
Do you know Even Steven?
Even Steven, that's one of my favorite Disney shows. I grew up on Even Stevens.
Oh, me too.
I revisited Even Stevens on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Yeah, I was watching. I was like,
Feel the Future.
It's so much better now. Like I just understand all the jokes.
Bro, it's ahead of its time.
They even cuss on Even Stevens, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
What do they say? Frizoli or something? Rick?
I think the D word. I think they dropped the D word.
Hey.
D word?
That one.
All right, Disney.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll say that and like Boy Meets World. Those were the ones I grew up on. That was it.
Impossible.
Yeah,
Feel the Future.
Dude, That's a Raven.
That's So Raven. Hell yeah. Or the Sister.
Yeah, Sister. Hey, that's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some good ones, man.
They were so fucking hot. The Sisters.
Tia and Tamara.
Yeah. What are they doing now?
They got like daytime talk shows, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on talk shows now.
They're getting that money.
Do you think they survived being a child actor?
Oh yeah, they did good. Raven, she's on the daytime talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf barely made it out, man. He barely made it through.
I mean, he's made some amazing films though.
Yeah.
Did you see a Peanut Butter Falcon?
Yeah,
No.
Peanut Butter Falcon was good.
No, what is that?
It's the one he meets this kid with Down syndrome, and that like kid's dream, and he wants to be a wrestler, like a WWE star, and so like the whole journey is like them meeting each other, and just kind of like going from there. But it's a good film. Definitely recommend. It's one of them feel good films.
Yeah, I accidentally saw it because I was in Utah, like in this buttfuck small town, you know, and I was like, I'm gonna see a movie. It was like my first day on site, and I just went to this movie. It's called Peanut Butter. I was like, give me a ticket for that. And then I went and saw. I was like, hey, it's the movie I've been wanting to see. This good old Shiloh. Yeah, sick movie. Amazing, just like it's like a venture, like feel good movie.
Mm-hmm. That would feel good film.
I have to add it to my list, man.
Did you ever see do you guys ever see a other film where he like plays his dad?
Honey Boy.
Honey Boy. Yeah.
Honey Boy.
Honey Boy was fire, man.
That was good.
I still haven't watched it.
Hey man, just hit play. That's all you gotta do. Just hit play.
You got me.
Let the movie take over.
I gotta watch Possum first, and then we watch it.
What did you say the Down syndrome one was? Peanut Butter? Peanut Butter
Falcon. Yeah.
Falcon.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hell yeah, guys.
Man, yeah, this was a good cast. We hit that 3 hour
a little
mark.
dark.
But Harlan, my man, thank you so much for for joining us again. I can't thank you enough, man.
Let's run it back tomorrow.
Yes, right. Hey, dude, if you want to be on,
I'll just do it every day, bro.
Dude, you could be a reoccurring guest for sure, bro.
Yeah, for sure, bro. This is some good therapy. Talk about it.
I swear.
Anything you ever feel?
Just get it out.
Get it off your chest, man.
Clap your hands once, clap your hands twice. Now is the time for the news to hear it comes. Clap your hands once, clap your hands twice. Open your arms to